Hey guys, welcome back to How are you all? I'm a bit early today. The reason is I have a lot to talk, and I was afraid that if I start around 9 a.m., I won't be able to cover everything, and I have to rush. Then, I have to go to the daily price section. So I came early. I believe that those people didn't join and was that they will join 9 because I'm going to start this 9. They will be able to watch this part later. Okay. I needed to come here early, so I came here early. However, still the internet issue didn't fix. I have talked to the company, it's NOS company, but still now they didn't do anything. I have no idea why it's happening, but it seems like a bit slow as well. It's showing the red over here. There can be some buffer. I'm just so sorry for that. Okay, we have just talked to the company, but still they didn't fix it. However, just let me know who is here and please don't forget to push the like button. I'm not going to go for any kind of live price action right now until 9:30. I will just talk about yesterday's price action, a lot of other things, including ICT himself, which he tweeted actually. So I have a lot to talk. Just make sure that you all guys have pushed the like button, and if you want, just listen. If you don't want to listen all of this price action, just come back again around maybe 9:15, something like that. Okay, so yeah, that's all at the beginning, and please let me know, is it understandable or the buffer is too high? Please let me know that. Okay, if the buffer is too high, then I will make the video. I'm not gonna continue the stream. I'll just make a video if the buffer is too high. Just let me know, is it understandable? Hey Marva, yeah, I'm a bit early. Hey short week, good morning brother. RS, why you are always at the first, man? Whenever I start my stream, you're the first guy who comment. Thank you so much, RS. Thank you so much, man. What is you today? I will talk about that after 9:15, brother. After 9:15 a.m. New York local time. I will talk about yesterday's price action. I have a lot to talk about that. Hey, Greg, good morning, brother. Livingston, good morning, brother. Suzivan, good morning. Suzivan, this sound is good. Okay, the sound is good. Okay, then I'll continue that. This is yesterday's price action. Okay, so I was here until 11:30, if you guys remember. I had this buy side liquidity. It's very simple. Try to understand this. This is that buy side liquidity. This is my target. I am bullish. I have more buy side liquidity over here. I am not bearish for longer term. I'm only bullish, only bullish, only bullish. But from a short period of time, that means from 15-minute chart, as you can see here, when market build the sell side liquidity around this area, then market never take the liquidity. If you take a closer look, like over here, okay, it has built the sell side liquidity around this area. So here it's a beautiful sell side liquidity. Now this low has taken over here by a shallow run, which is an unfinished business according to ICT, and I called it like obvious liquidity. Sorry for rebranding. I'm not rebranding because ICT talked about this a bit later. I was talking about it a bit early, so I just didn't know what I should call it. I called it obvious liquidity, but later ICT told that it's an unfinished business, so I'll call it like unfinished business. So market has left that sell side liquidity or relatively equal lows over here. It's a very good, beautiful support over here. After leaving this sell side liquidity over here, then you can clearly see that this is bullish market. I mean, what happened? Just a second. This is a bullish market, and without clearing any liquidity, this is bullish market. So market started to go up from here, come here, retest, go higher, retest, go higher, retest, build sell side liquidity, didn't clear the sell side liquidity, made perfect sell side liquidity, go higher, retest, go higher, retest, go higher, retest, go higher. Now until here, I don't see any liquidity has been taken. That means no sell side liquidity has been cleared over here. When I can see no sell side liquidity has cleared over here, even if this market keep going higher and clear that buy side liquidity, I will have nothing to do. I'll just simply will see how this market is going toward my bias, and it is going to clear that sell side liquidity. In the meantime, I can do two things. First, I will let all the fall go. That means until as long as it's not going to clear the sell side liquidity, I am not going to take any trade. When it will clear the sell side liquidity, then I will start to look for the buying opportunity. This is the one way all the beginners, those people who are the beginner, okay, like very new to ICT concepts, and they don't have enough experience, in my opinion, like at least 1 year or 1.5 year experience, you guys should do this. Your bias is bullish, but without clearing any liquidity, I'm not going to take the buy. So if this market keep going higher and clear this buy side liquidity, you are not going to take any trade. At the same time, when this market is falling, you are not going to take any sell, any sell, any sell, and you are waiting to see some sort of sell side liquidity to be cleared. When some sort of sell side liquidity will be cleared, then the buy you are going to approach. You are going to enter into that buy. So those people who are absolutely new to this concept, and those people who are not new and who has an idea how far it can fall and when we can switch the bias, and if we can get that manipulation, this is the manipulation leg, okay. So can we get that manipulation? I have super duper discipline in trading. I'm super duper, like, how to say, very 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 control. I have very control to myself. Those people can take that sell and the buy, both of them. Again, don't try to go ahead your time. That means you have 6 month experience, 4 month experience, 1 year experience, like 7 month experience. Don't try to go for up down, up down. Don't do that. You will be there in a time, or in the time, you will never notice that when you started to understand this. But if you force, you will keep losing, and you will get distracted, you will get disappointed, you will start to think this is not working, why it is not working. Lot of confusion will come, man. Trust me, I came for this sell and buy maybe after 3 years. After 3 years, after spending 3 years, then I started to believe that maybe, still maybe, I'm able to catch that run. Still I'm saying that maybe I'm able to catch this run. But this run, that leg, oh man, if I go for that leg, out of 100 of the times, I'll be right 90 of the times. 90 of the times. Brother, then why do you need this one? Ask yourself, brother. Ask yourself why you are taking this sell. Now, this is actually something called like emotion. I don't want to miss not even a single leg. I would love to catch this sell, this buy, 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 this sell. All of them I would love to catch. None of them I'm gonna let go. This is a what to say, I mean, this is really so bad for trading. And those people who are still in this situation would really love to catch all of this land, I mean leg. I promise you, brother, you're not ready yet to go to your live trading or platform trading. You should do the paper trade because you're not ready yet. I promise you, brother, you will keep losing the money. You will never make the money. You will just keep losing the money. So this is the most important part of trading, to understand which leg do you wanna take. For the beginners, you always look for your bias based entry. Now, how to look for the bias? Yesterday I have already explained all of these things, so it's not my importance to understand or to explain how I'm going to look for the buy or what is going to be my bias. I'm not interested to look for that, okay. So all we can see, market is going higher without taking any liquidity. Without taking any liquidity, market is going higher, and finally this is some gap which is very specific to me. Yesterday I marked this gap. This gap is not from today, it's from yesterday. I told that as long as this is not going to close above this gap or above that high, I'm not interested to look for that buy side liquidity. Even if it keep going higher, sorry, like it started to give me the entry opportunity from this area without closing up this side, then one candle, just one candle is going ahead and take that liquidity. I'm not going to enter into that trade. I will wait first this candle, 15-minute candle, to close above this FVG. Then I will start to look for the buying opportunity. And I mean, as long as it's not going to happen, I'm not bullish. I'm more interested to look for sells, some sort of sell side liquidity to be taken. Then I will look for the buy. Then I don't care about this gap anymore. This gap doesn't have any value to me anymore. And as long as it's not going to clear some sort of sell side liquidity, I'm not bullish. So that was my interest for yesterday. So I hope you guys will understand what is this gap. So when I'll be in 1 minute chart, you will be able to see this gap over here. Just don't get confused. This is the 15-minute gap. Which gap is that? Again, I really hate to rebrand ICT concepts, but for the people who really would love to understand, out of million FVZ, which one should I give the highest priority? Just because of that reason, I called it last FVZ. Otherwise, there is no reason to rebranding these concepts. This is not my concept. This is ICT concepts. I learned the FVZ from ICT. I learned everything from ICT. I'm not rebranding anything. I'm not inventing anything new. This is all already explained by ICT himself. Okay, so I'm just, for the sake of your understanding, I'm calling this as a last FVZ. What is the last FVZ? To that specifically, like when this market is falling from here, okay, it is falling, and fall until a certain period of time. I mean, sorry, certain period of area, which is here. If you look on your left, you will see another LFVZ, which is last FVZ. You'll be able to see that. Now, again, I'm not interested to talk about here. I'm looking for this area. So when this market is falling and leaving that area, the first FVZ, building buy side liquidity and leaving that area, the first FVZ is the most important FVZ in my opinion, according to the ICT PDRS. I called it last FVZ. So when the first FVZ market is coming back to that first FVZ, I'm gonna call it last FVZ, because look, it built the first FVZ here. Okay, now it fall here, it left some other FVZ. Okay, so maybe 1 2 3 4 5 6 thousands of the FVZ to that specific leg. How do I know which one is the most important FVZ? The first FVZ market has built, that's gonna be the most important FVZ to me until this market is not reaching here. I'm not, sorry, not breaking this first FVZ. I'm not interested to look for this buy side liquidity. Now you can ask me a question, brother, why this FVZ or last FVZ, whatever it is important to you. Now, yesterday I told you one thing. All other PDRA depends on FVZ imbalances. So like order block, breaker block, any kind of PDRA depends on the FVZ. According to me, it's not according to ICT. It's according to me, according to my understanding. So I'm gonna give highest priority to the FVZ. Highest priority. Now, is that a buy side liquidity? Very hard to mark. I believe it's very easy to mark that buy side liquidity. Very easy to mark. When this market started to go higher, where is the last PDRA that can stop the market? Now, here I have the week around this area. Now, to be honest, this week is not important to me because it didn't trade any FVZ, so I really don't care about that week. But according, like in any other way, maybe some people will show you the week, quadrant level, a lot of things over here to that specific week. That could be the last PDRA. Then this can be the last PDRA, the order block, highest up close, body close candle. That can be the last PDRA. Every other things you are gonna adding over here, it can be the last last PDRA, but I would love to give the highest priority to the last FVZ. If this FVZ is broken, I'm pretty much confident this buy side liquidity is gonna be cleared. Now, lot of time, out of 100 of the times you can count, because I keep saying thousands of the time I showed you when the last FVZ is broken, if there is buy side liquidity, how to use this last FVZ to take the buy by showing that nobody closed below the constant crossband. Sometimes shit happens. That means market closed above this last PDRA and then it started to fall again and go for the sell side liquidity. There is no exception. Nothing is 100% certain in this market. Everything is like a probability. 100%, there is nothing called 100% trading. But you will count how many times when the last PDRA is broken, market didn't clear the buy side liquidity. How many times market didn't clear the buy side liquidity after breaking the last FBZ? And you will be amazed, you will be surprised, you'll be just like, you will have no word, man. Put some work on the chart, build your confidence, go for your trade. However, that is why I'm saying this last FVZ is important. As long as it's not broken, I'm not interested to look for this buy side liquidity, that buy side liquidity. Here is some extreme buy side liquidity. I'm not interested any of this buy side liquidity, and as long as it is not broken, or it should hold the market, send the market lower to take some short of sell side liquidity. It doesn't need to be relatively equal lows. Even if it clears some kind of swing low, it's more than enough for me to think or to understand that liquidity is cleared, market is now interested to look for that buy side liquidity. I just need some sort of sell side liquidity to be taken. So I'm now coming to 1 minute chart. This is that 1 minute chart. Yesterday we are here around this area. You can see here around this area. Okay, now from 1 minute chart, if you look to that specific leg, market clear that low over here, went higher, trade this area, went higher to all of this leg in EFVZ, entry FVZ, last FVZ. This is the two gap. In other word, not only the last FVZ but also the EFVZ or entry FVZ. I'm gonna interested to mark both of these gap, just last two gap all together extended to my right. You'll be able to see it came to the EFVZ or entry FVZ, maximum last FVZ. So it came here, lowest down close body close candle is my order block. Trade that order block over here, around here. Lot of times it retested this order block, keep going higher, keep going higher, keep going higher, come back again, came here around this area. After coming here, if you look at this order block, extend it to your right, this is a new PDRA is going to start, right? This order block. So this is the last time market has traded this order block over here. Just look over here. This is the last time market has traded that order block over here, this area. Then market started to revert, I mean, go or leaving this area again. When it is leaving this area, this is another last FVZ around here. So I'm just going to mark it and I'm gonna remove it from my chart after trading some sort of PDRA order block. You see here this fall happened until, sorry, as random level. However, I'm gonna remove it. How this market actually worked, okay? I'm just trying to show you that market trade here, go higher, come back again. What is this gap? Very certain gap, LFVZ. After trading this area, or you can mark this order block, extend it to your right to see if it respected the order block, because traded the last FVZ. I more prefer to trade that order block. If it trade that order block, that is the best case of scenario. Either way, last FVZ, entry FVZ. Market came here, traded something, went higher, another last FVZ to that specific leg over here. Is that a specific last FVZ? Remember, this one and this one, which one is much more stronger? That one has the liquidity below that gap. That means if I mark another swing low on my left and it build a relatively equal lows over here, this is gonna be the most important last FVZ to that specific leg. Every swing low has a last FVZ. Every swing low has a last FVZ. But the last FVZ are holding the market for not to take the liquidity. I don't know how to say that. For example, maybe this low and that low. So this low actually not here. Instead of that, it came until this area. Okay. So this is the swing low, and you can see on my left hand side I have another swing low over here. It has built relatively equal lows around here. Okay, this is the relatively equal lows. Just think for the sake of this conversation, above this relatively equal lows, this is the last FVZ. This is the most important and most obvious, most highlighted last FVZ to, in my opinion. Again, not only this, every single swing low has a last FVZ. They're also important, not equally, but they're important. But the most important is this one. It's broken, like it's broken, I'm not still bearish. It's broken, I'm bearish because I have the sell side liquidity over here. I don't have the sell side liquidity over here around this area. I don't have the sell side liquidity. So whenever it is going to be broken, I'm not bearish. What else can happen? Market is going to break this, take that low, start to go higher again. But if I saw there was a liquidity below this FVZ and this FVZ is broken, until that sell side liquidity is not taken, or as long as the sell side liquidity is not taken, I'm bearish. However, this that I mean FVZ market trade that FVZ so beautifully, and then all of this shit started to happen. And if you guys remember, we are waiting, and this is that area you have seen market yesterday. We were not able to frame not even a single trade until that area. So this was the first time we have found a selling opportunity around this area. Market came here, take all the buy side liquidity, leave one, two. There is another gap. I'm just gonna mark that gap over here around this area. Okay, so here I'm just gonna mark it in a red line over here. What is my expectation from my 15-minute chart when I have spent a lot of time with this 15-minute chart? Are you guys getting bored? Just let me know. Are you guys getting bored? Then I'll continue. But first, let me know, are you guys getting bored or not? Because I would love to go to that specific area where ICT mentioned and I have done something over there. How do we know that that gap is important? So if I would love to go over there, I need to explain all of these things before reaching to that area. If you're getting bored, please let me know because it's impossible for me to continue if you're getting bored. Okay. For how the ad quadrant level from high time frame, lower time frame, brother, whatever I'm explaining, focus over here, brother. It's better for you, trust me, man. So whatever I'm explaining, just focus over here. And then when I'm done inside the session, when I'm waiting for some specific price action, ask me these questions. I'll try to explain them if I know the reply, however. But thank you so much for asking that question. Just not the right time, okay? Hey, Daniel, thanks for that penguin. Not bored. I'm learning. Thank you, Sophia. RS, D, Daniel. No, okay, 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 okay. Jaka, interesting. Keep going, keep going. Thank you so much. Okay, let me then keep going. So when we are looking for sell, I know that I am looking for sell. This is the first time I found the selling opportunity when I don't have the 22 IT model, bearish model. Remember, I'm only interested to look for sell because without manipulation, I believe this market can't go higher. Take that buy side liquidity as long as it's not going to close above this 15-minute last variable gap. So I'm only interested to look for sell side, I mean sell setup, sell setup, sell setup. Remember, not 1 minute candle close above this gap, 15-minute candle close above this gap. So 15-minute candle has to close above this gap. This is the first time this market has provided me the selling opportunity. First gap, second gap. Here I have the first presented fair value gap from Monday. Now I really stopped talking about this first presented gap, but it is still so important. So when it came to the top of this gap, I told that I believe it is gonna give me the partial, at least the constant crossment. That was my target, which was aligned with my stop loss, which was 1:1. Unfortunately, market just tapped to the first presented gap and then reversed from there. It is just an unfortunate because I just missed my target for one handle two tick, just for one handle two tick. I missed my partial over here. However, it is bad luck, sometimes bad shit happens. But what we should do in this type of scenario, I always prefer close the trade in between 20 to 25 handle. That is the best area to close the trade. Now I stopped talking about that. It doesn't mean that I have removed all of these things. If I'm trading my live account, I will never hold my partial more than 20 handle. 20 handle is something that is a very smart. Almost all the time market will give you that 20 handle partial. It's a smart amount of handle that smart market is gonna provide you almost every time. What is wrong with you, what is wrong with me to take a partial with 20 handle? There is nothing wrong. Absolutely, there is nothing wrong. Now market didn't provide you 20 handle, that's why you are talking this. Those people who are thinking like that way, I would love to remind you, or I would love to request you to watch the videos maybe 6 months ago where I don't give a shit about anything else. 20 handle, take the partial. 20 handle, take the partial. I don't care about anything else. Just take the partial, put your stop loss to the break even. If you get more profit, go for the runner. If you don't, 20 handle, stop. Now I stopped talking about that, but you should not avoid that rules. You should not, like, if you just strict with 20 handle, you'll be amazed. I promise you, brother. It's always better to get something rather than getting nothing. It's always good, man. Like if you take a 20 handle partial, put your stop loss to the break even, got a stop loss to the break even, then this market fall and keep going fall, keep going fall, you will know that how many times you'll be able to re-enter to that market. But if you doesn't take the partial around a certain level, instead of that you put your stop loss maybe here or maybe to the break even, you got stopped out, means you get nothing, just simply nothing. So it's always better to take the partial. I would love to remind these 62 people, if you really would love to be a profitable trader, be strict with 20 handle. Now you can say, brother, this is your rules. No, this is not my rules, this is the rules from ICT himself. When we are trading ICT concepts at the beginning, we are trading ES, not NQ. NQ we have moved in 2025, but until 2025 we are trading I think not to 2025, 2024. Yeah, until 2024, we are trading ES, not NQ. I can be wrong. It can be 2024 or 2025. I just don't remember exactly when. But we are trading ES, not NQ. This is too fast market. We are not ready to trade NQ. We are trading ES. And for ES, 5 handle was fixed for us. No low hanging fruit, no other PDRs, nothing. 5 handle, close your trade. Not partial, not nothing. Just 5 handle, close the trade. And when we moved to NASDAQ, ICT told 20 handle is a very smart amount of the money. 20 handle is something that's gonna decide, are you a consistent profitable trader or are you a loser. That 20 handle came from ICT, not from me. I'm not the creator of these concepts. I don't know anything about these concepts. ICT knows everything. So if you can be strict, don't be greedy, be strict with 20 handle. I promise you, brother, you'll be more beneficial. Okay, you will get more benefit from this market if you be strict with 20 handle, at least partial, or if you close the trade, that's better. I mean, that's different thing, but at least partial for 20 handle. However, that was a losing trade. We have moved, I talked about this, that moving stop loss, why all of these things has been explained over here. And then there was some selling opportunity for me. I tried, but it didn't work. And this is the last candle of the morning session. After this candle, I'm not interested to trade until 12:50. According to ICT, 1:30 is the PM session. I prefer 12:50 because that is easier for me to find lot of entry opportunities around the PM session, and I really prefer to go from 12:50. But again, you can be strict with 1:30 if you want. I will talk about from 12:50. Until 12:50, I'm not going to take any trade. So there is 12:50. If there is an opportunity, I will go for that trade. Let's see what happened over here around the lunch hour. Okay, so this market started to fall and then came to this specific gap. All of this gap has been explained yesterday, so I'm not explaining all of these things because I have to talk about the PM session, and already it's 8:50. I'm out of my run. Okay, so it's going higher. Are you bullish? No, I'm not bullish. Are you bearish? Yes, sir, I'm bearish. Can I take the sell? No. Why? It's the lunch hour. Okay, brother, market has closed above this last gap. Why you were still talking about the buy setup? Look at this week from 15-minute chart. It just came here. The week bodies closed inside this last FVG from 15-minute chart. Not even a single body has closed above the high of this last fair value gap. So until as I told, as long as it's not going to close above this gap, I'm not bullish. I'm only bearish. I'm not able to take this sell. The reason is this market is inside the lunch hour. Where is my first sell side liquidity? If you guys remember here, that was the first sell side liquidity. I have some sell side liquidity here. That was also important to me around here. Later it get very important. There's some sell side liquidity. There is some sell side liquidity. I have some sell side liquidity here. Sorry, here. Obvious sell side liquidity around this area. A big extreme sell side liquidity here, and below there I don't know I have any other sell side liquidity or not, but all of this sell side liquidity. And I'm seeing this market is falling. I'm just in front of my chart. I was eating, I mean, I was taking my lunch and I was watching how this market is falling. Okay, this is inside the lunch hour. Now why we can't trade the lunch hour? Lunch hour is the most difficult time to trade. Sometimes it's so beautiful. Most of the time like 80% of the time, it's just a trap. You will enter into a beautiful trade and it will chop you up, and then you will just lose your emotion. You will keep entering and it will just to destroy you without any kind of mercy. That's why I called this lunch hour as a trap hour. Again, ICT told not to trade inside the lunch hour. So please focus on him because he's our mentor. However, so this market is falling. I'm watching. Okay, I was like feeling helpless. Oh man, this is so beautiful area to go for the trade, but it's lunch hour. I'm not able to take that lunch hour. I mean, trade from the lunch hour. This is the first presented gap, so I'm gonna mark it as a first presented gap. Now this is the 952 candle. Like, sorry, not the 952 candle. I think this is the last first presented gap, not this one. Sorry, this is not the first presented gap. This was a gap. Like after this gap, that was a gap. We are trying to frame some kind of sell setup or something like that from this gap to be inversed. So I really, that gap was important until a certain period of time. Then it was not important to me as at all. I think we have talked about this a bit. I don't remember. Okay, so first presented gap is actually here, 952. Yeah, that is the 952 candle. That is the first presented gap from Monday. However, I was just watching this market and I was seeing how this is going to. I had nothing to do. Trust me, I had nothing to do. I'm just waiting to see when the this sell side liquidity over here. Okay, I was just praying, please don't take that sell side liquidity. Please don't take that sell side liquidity before 12:50. And then this candle appeared on the chart like 12:24. The sell side liquidity is taken. I was watching this highs. Can it go for that buy side liquidity? Because some sort of sell side liquidity from 1 minute chart has been cleared. So now I'm interested to see if it can go for that buy side liquidity. But remember, I'm not able to take any buy as long as this market is not going to close above this high. I'm not interested to take any buy as it is the lunch hour. I'm just watching this market. Now you can see this market is keep falling, keep falling, keep falling. And just let me show you. This is that first presented gap. Okay. So I think this is 1250, no, 1248. And I think this is 1250, not 12. Yeah. The next candle is 1250 candle. Okay, so I'm in this type here. This is the 1250 candle. Now I'm interested to enter into this trade. First of all, I'm more interested to see what happened over here. This is some sort of sell side liquidity that has been cleared over here. I'm gonna remove it from this market because that has been cleared. I have this sell side liquidity over here. I have that sell side liquidity over here. I have this buy side liquidity over here where I am not able to take that buy as long as it's not going to close above this high. Okay, I'm not interested to take any kind of buy. So I would love to see how this market actually worked over here. This is the sell side liquidity or the swing low, whichever you want to mark, you can mark. I would love to mark the swing low because it's also an obvious liquidity over here. And I'd love to go for the highest high. This is the range over here. See this high and the low. This is the equilibrium. This is that area which is called like the lower quadrant of that range, dealing range. If this, remember, I'm bullish now, I'm not bearish anymore, but I can't take the buy. The reason is some short of sell side liquidity has been cleared inside the lunch hour, so I'm not interested to take any kind of sell. I'm only interested to take buy side liquidity or the buy run. That means it is gonna go higher and it's gonna go for the buy side liquidity. I'm just not able to take that buy. So I have marked that dealing range over here. This is the low of the dealing range. This is the high of the dealing range. All of this price action is inside this dealing range. I know it's too messy. Yesterday's price action is too messy. I know that if this market is going higher, it will never come to this lower quadrant area or extremely discounted area. If it come here, I will never look for the buy again until or as long as the sell side liquidity is not cleared over here or this is not going for that area or for other things. Okay, so all I want to see, this market is not coming to this lower quadrant area. I am now interested to go for a trade. Here no buy is valid because you can simply see it's just consolidating over here. So still I don't have any opportunity to go for any kind of buy or sell. So buy is not valid. First of all, sell, there is no question. There is no question to take the sell. Market is working with the equilibrium. No sell is valid over here. So what happened? Then this market fall, I mean, so little bit consolidating over there, consolidating, 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 and this appeared on the chart. When this appeared on the chart, came to this first presented gap, I was watching this small area, and when it came here very near to this lower quadrant area respecting this first presented gap, I was just thinking how this market is going to work. Now here remember one thing, like first gap, second gap, two gap. Here I'm also watching for that same thing. All of this price action is not important because it is inside the lunch hour. I don't care. I'm now 50-50. Is this market going higher? If it would love to go higher, I will not be able to take that buy. If this market would love to keep falling, it has to trade at least this lower quadrant area, and it has to break this first presented gap as well if you want to add it. I'm just not going to add it. This is not important. It is important until here because I was watching this market. If it can come here, retest, send the market again for the same thing we have seen around the morning session to FVG. One is here, one is there. In my mind, I'm not gonna take the sell from this gap. Remember, I'm not interested to take that sell from this gap. I'm just watching it over here. Okay, I'm just watching it. Can it do this type of things? It will come here, or maybe here, any of this gap, then it will build the order block, and then I'll be able to enter to this order block for this sell side liquidity. Or if it doesn't do that, remember, I just don't know what is going to happen. Nobody knows what is going to happen. You can just predict what is going to happen. Or this is gonna go here, tap to this last FVG, going for this some sort of buy side liquidity over here, and then it will keep going higher, keep going higher. For see this buy side liquidity over here, obvious buy side liquidity, at least for this buy side liquidity. Which one is going to happen? And depending on that, to take the buy, if I would love to go for that buy for a short period of time inside this last gap, I can use this last FVG to take that buy. If it would love to fall, as it didn't came to this lower quadrant area, I'm not able to take the sell without confirmation. That means the order block. Why? My bias is bullish. Market has cleared some short of sell side liquidity. Here I could go for the trade from this FVG because no sell side liquidity has been cleared. But here some short of sell side liquidity has been cleared. So I just can't enter to this gap without the confirmation, because some short of sell side liquidity is taken. Now market can start to go toward my bias toward the buy side liquidity. Again, market never come to this gap. So you can see I'm very happy because it didn't come here, because if it would come here, I would get confused. Okay, what is going to happen? I would get confused. So I saw that market never go over there, and instead of that, it came to that area. Now what is that area? I'm going to remove it because it never gave me any opportunity over there, right? No opportunity. This is the high. This is the high of the range, low of the range, lower quadrant. If this market was interested to go higher, it should never ever ever touch this line. Now sometimes it touch it and then keep going higher. I told you nothing is certain, but most of the time if it touch here, it always go for the sell side liquidity. Whatever sell side liquidity it left on the market, it go for that. Now this sell side liquidity I marked here before it appeared on the chart. I mean, sorry, not before it appeared on the chart. In the morning session, you can go and check yesterday's live. It's nothing I added over here, nothing I added. It was already over there. That sell side liquidity was already over there. So this sell side liquidity is more important to me. But unfortunately, I'm not able to enter into this market right now. The reason is market already left too far, and it's very near to this sell side liquidity. I don't have any last FVG over here. Look at this area. There is no last FVG. I could use it as a IFVG, inversion fair value gap, right? No FVG. So I was just helpless to see, is it going to clear that sell side liquidity and then keep going higher. Look what happened. Market came here. How did it take that sell side liquidity? Again, I called it obvious liquidity. ICT called it unfinished business. Take the low with the shallow run. No body has closed below this line. Not even a single body has closed below this line. Just a shallow run. I was very happy to see that shallow run. Okay, now it's my time to enter into this market. How? I'm not bullish anymore. I'm more interested to look for this shallow run to be cleared. So I'm waiting to see how far it can go higher, and then it can give me the opportunity. So let's see. Already you know, this is that entry FBC. I have started to look for sell now. Any short of selling opportunity, I'll go for that sell. Look what happened. There is not even a single selling opportunity. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Market came here, just simply nothing over here. Nothing at all. And then market came this last FBC. I'm gonna remove this entry FBC because market came to this last FBC. I'm gonna call it the last FBC again. I'm not rebranding anything. I'm just drawing your attention to a very certain FVG. When this market started to leave this whole consolidation area, this is the first FVG market build. This first FVG is now returning. When the market is returning here, this is gonna be my last FVG. Now I'm interested what to look for this sell side liquidity, which is an obvious sell side liquidity over here. This is that obvious sell side liquidity. Market came here and look over here. This candle I was watching here, but unfortunately I was not confident enough to use it as an order block. The reason is the upper wick was too much big. Okay, the body, and comparing to the wick, it's kind of same to same, like 1:1. The length of this wick to body is two handle three tick. Okay, and look at the body. body is like two handle to one tick. So even the wick is much more bigger. So I was not really interested to use this one as my water block. I was watching this candle to build it as an water block. As you can see, this market didn't close. This candle didn't close below this candle. So I still didn't find my water block to enter into the market. Look at this next candle. What happened to the next candle? The very next candle, it closed below this order block. Now I'm interested to enter in from this order block. So I put my limit order from this order block over here. My stop loss is above this order block. Now later I actually moved it from here to above this high. Okay, above that high. From here and above that high. So sometimes shit happens actually. So I was very afraid, and as you can see, it's just 15 handle. I'm more interested to look for this sell side liquidity. That is my interest to see. I'm waiting to take my entry by the next candle. Now look what happened. This candle actually built a FVZ over here around this area. This is that FVZ over here. Now I'm also a human being. You have to accept that. And of course, we have the emotion, we have afraid, we have FOMO, lot of these things. Okay. Now I know that after building the order block, if this market build an FVZ, this FVZ is most important FVZ. After trading the last FVZ, I'm waiting for this order block to be traded. I really prefer to go for the trade from this order block because I will have very smaller stop loss. So I was interested to see, can I take the entry from this order block? But when this FVC has been created, I was like two times. What should I do? Should I go for this trade from this FVC, or should I go for this trade from this order block? However, I prefer to let one or two more candle to go for this order block. So I was waiting to see if this candle can trade this order block and then keep falling. What happened to the next candle? As you can see, it didn't touch this candle. Okay, still I was waiting. I was holding myself. Don't go for the trade from the FBZ. Try to go for the trade from the order block. Next candle appeared on the chart. When it appeared on the chart, I was not able to control myself. I pushed the button from this FVZ. Okay, so from that FVZ, I was not in waited for this candle to reach for this order block, and I moved my stop loss from above that high to above the order block because my entry is much more lower. Again, my limit order was here. I pushed my button over here, so I was not able to enter from this FVZ. I entered a bit late, I mean lower of this FVZ, but still the stop loss was good. That is the, what is that gap? Anybody can tell me that? What is this gap? Please, I need this reply from you. If I would love to mark this gap, what is this gap? Any of you can tell me that. I please need this reply from you guys. I have to finish this very fast, and I'm almost very near to closing this. Please let me know what is that. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Suzivan. Thank you, uh, Chevy. Chevy's will. Thank you, brother. Thank you. This is the last FVZ. Above this sell side liquidity, right? This FVZ has the power to stop the market and send it higher again for this buy side liquidity over here. I will call it the last FVZ. Even though I am going to take the sell for this sell side liquidity, it has the power to stop the market, send it higher. So what I should do? Just take a partial. To the top of this gap, take a partial. Is it 1:1? 24 handle? Good. Then hold the trade for the sell side liquidity, obvious sell side liquidity. Here I did one more trick. I was afraid. So I was afraid because the way it was actually reacting from all of this area. So I was afraid that market is going to clear that obvious liquidity. So what I have done, I targeted this rejection block over here. That is the rejection block. I have just targeted that rejection block after taking some sort of partial to the top of this last FVZ because I know it can hold the market and send it higher again. I just don't want to get stopped out to the break even. I would love to make sure that I have taken a partial to the top of this last FVZ. From here, stop loss is just above the order block plus one or two handle. Okay, something like that. Plus one or two handle or one or two tick. So let's see what happened. Then this market started to react from this gap, from that gap. I was very happy. I was looking for the order block around this area. By escaping this order block, I was looking for some specific order block here, but unfortunately I didn't have any order block because no candle, up close candle traded this FVG. So that is why I was not able to find that order block. Then it came back again to this order block, and I was thinking why I push the button from here. I should have waited for this order block. And then you can see how many times it has traded that order block. Then lot of consolidation. This is not a good price action, trust me. It's a very bad price action. Then finally took my partial, and let's see what happened. This is the first time this market has closed below this last FVG. Now what did I told you? If there is some sort of sell side liquidity and there is a gap, this last FVG is the most important FVG in the world. This is the most important FVG. So for example, I missed this trade from here. For the sake of this conversation, I missed this entry from here. Where is this now? Deep discount. Brother, don't take sell at the deep discount. Go for the sell from the premium. Don't take discount, I mean discounted sell. Again, I love to take the discounted sell because I believe that this is the last bullish PDRA. If this last bullish PDRA is broken, this sell side liquidity is obvious. Market is going to clear that obvious area. Okay, so this is the candle that has closed below this last FBZ. The very next candle has traded this last FBZ. I'm more interested to go for another sell. Stop loss is gonna be above the candle which has validated this last FBZ. So this is the first candle that has closed inside this gap. You can see here, this is the first candle. So after that candle, all of these are just the consolidation. All of them closed inside this gap. This is the first candle that body has above this gap. So my stop loss has to cover at least that candle. As well as you can see there is a small gap over here, even though it has traded this gap, so I don't need to worry about this gap. But still, if I would love to go for this trade, I have to cover this gap according to the rules. Okay, and the target is gonna be this area after clearing some sort of partial around 20 handle. So wherever the 20 handle is gonna be, would love to take some partial. So here to the rejection block, you can clear some partial over here and then target this sell side liquidity plus 5 handle if you want, or maybe until the last value cap is more than enough for being profitable. But I would love to keep it for 29 handle plus 5 handle. Okay, sell side liquidity plus 5 handle. That should be the entry, immediate reaction. Market is going higher, going fall, and boom. Even if you miss this trade from here, you are able to catch the run from here. Sorry, from their last FVG. This is the thing I'm showing you for long period of time. Your job is to prefer. Now, I was in this trade and until this rejection block, so I didn't frame any of this last FVG trade or anything over here. If you are active on X or like what to say, I mean the Twitter, ICT has talked about this gap. You can see on today's live. Okay, so he just posted a video few times ago, I think like half an hour ago or 1 hour ago. Okay, so you can just check it over here around this area. This is that area ICT talked about, this FVG. Now I hope that this area, how it is going to be so much important to you and what level you are interested to go for. I think it's bit clear to you why you should go for that. Now I would love to show you the execution from yesterday. This is that area. Oh brother, everyone can do that. This is the sell. I told you that it's gonna be a bit below because I was in two mind. I'm a human being, you have to accept that. Okay, so I was just afraid that maybe I'm missing this trade from this FVG. Just tap to this FVG and it will keep falling, even though I was so much confident about that order block, but I was in FOMO. Maybe I'm gonna miss this trade. Now sometimes shit happens, right? Sometimes shit happens, but I only went for this trade just because my stop loss was just like 13 handle. If it was 20-25 handle, I would never go for this trade from here. I would wait for this order block to be traded, otherwise I wouldn't go for this trade. As it was just 13 handle, I took that risk over here. So you can see, okay, actually much more lower here. So entry was here somewhere around this area because I just pushed the button. I rush into the trade and push the button. I took my partial exactly to the top of this last FVG here, the last FVG exactly to the top, and closed the trade. Actually, it shows bit lower, but actually I limit order was here exactly to this rejection block, but it's showing a bit below of this rejection block. Okay, and then market actually closed below the sell side liquidity, all of these things. And everyone can do that because you can just try it thousands of the time over here and then reset. No man, this was the trade around the morning session. If you guys remember, we took that buy and sell. It didn't work over here around this area, and after that area, just look at this. There is no pushing button, no pushing button, nothing happened over here, nothing happened. Waited, and finally I got it. It was too boring price action. It was disgusting price action. Like I was getting kind of, oh man, it's not possible to trade. But as I told you around the morning session, if you hold your bias, it's always possible to be profitable. I will be profitable in this market without taking these losses. I'll go for this trade, take some partial, put my stop loss to the break even. That will be the winning trade around the morning session. That will be the trade around the PM session. I will be profitable in this market even if it is too much messy, too much shit price action. Whoever is thinking this is good price action, sorry to say, this is really a shit price action. However, guys, I hope this is gonna help you to understand all of these things, and I've tried my level best to explain all of these things. And also here where I was confused, what is going to happen, is it bullish, is it bearish, and how did I get confidence to go for the sell without taking the buy. I believe that I have explained to you everything, but if it is still confusing to you, just let me know. I would love to finish these things by expanding it to my right here around this area. This is that last FVG over here around this area, that last FVG. Now above this last FVG, do I have any buy side liquidity? You can see there is no buy side liquidity. Now in this kind of buy side liquidity, but I will say this body, when it has closed above this highs, the liquidity is taken over here. Okay, it's not a shallow run, so I will not call it as a buy side liquidity, but of course you can look for that, but I will go with my things. This is the last FVG. Above this last FVG, I don't have the buy side liquidity. When it's broken, I really don't care about this gap to take my buy, as I don't have any buy side liquidity. At the same time, over here, this is that some sort of buy side liquidity. I'm gonna extend this last FVG over here, extend it to my right hand side, extend it to my right hand side. Okay, and I'm gonna mark that buy side liquidity, which is an obvious liquidity. This I has cleared over here by a shallow run, so this is on kind of unfinished business or the obvious liquidity. I'll call it as an obvious liquidity. Okay, now this time look at this. Market closed. This is the first candle that has closed above this last FVG. Is there a single body that has closed below the concurrent crossment before clearing this buy side liquidity? My question to you. After closing above this last FVG, is there a single body that has closed below the concurrent crossment before clearing this buy side liquidity? After closing below this last FVG, is there a single body that has closed above the concurrent crossment before clearing this obvious sell side liquidity over here? From here, just look, this candle closed, tap, boom, clear that liquidity. Not 100%, but thousands of the 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 time, you are going to see these beautiful things. To use the discounted area to take the sell, use the most premium area to take the buy. If you can understand this, lot of other things is gonna be clear, but not every last FVG. Not every last FVG. The FVG is holding the price to take the buy side liquidity or the sell side liquidity is gonna be your most important last FVG to take the trade. If you miss the trade from here, you don't need to worry about that, because you know you are going to get some sort of run from here to here, not always, 90% of the time. So from this area to here, it's like near about 23 handle. Again, from top to here, it's just 10 handle. According to your distance, you will go for the trade. If you feel okay, 10 handle is more than enough for me, go for the trade. If you think no man, I at least it should be 30 handle, then don't take this trade. I hope it's clear to all of you. If it still have some confusion, I'll try to figure, how to say that. I just don't know. However, I would love to go for the today's price action. I believe that this will help you a lot to understand this price action. Till if it doesn't, in time, it will be easier for you to understand in time. Okay, in time. In short, I would love to go for the today's price action. In short, okay. So not going to daily, weekly chart. They all are the same. I would love to start from the 15-minute chart. So from the 15-minute chart, this is that last FVG from the 15-minute chart. And as you can see here, still I have the sell side liquidity left, I have the sell side liquidity left, I have the buy side liquidity. Last FVG is holding the market. CE or midnight open is holding the market over here, as well as this nobody has closed. You can see this low and that low. What do you see over here? This low and that low. Even though it has cleared some sort of sell side liquidity over here, that's relatively equal lows over here. This low and that low, relatively equal lows. Even though it has cleared some sort of sell side liquidity, it has built a new sell side liquidity over here around this area. You can see here and there. Okay. So this is a new sell side liquidity from yesterday, sell side liquidity from the day before yesterday, which is from Friday, Monday, Tuesday. So these three sell side liquidity, I have this buy side liquidity, I have this extreme buy side liquidity, which is my target actually for the weekly target or whatever you say. Today is Tuesday, which is the manipulation day. In my opinion, Monday low is important to me, so I think this is the Monday low, if I'm not wrong. Okay, I think this is the Monday low. Okay, here somewhere. This is the Monday low. Uh, this is the Monday high. For example, I'm interested to see this. If it happens, I'm more confident to take the buy. Again, this sell, you can let it go, or you can try to frame some sell. I have no idea how gonna be the price action is today. This whole January, we are going to struggle with this type of price action. Yesterday, market just never moved anywhere. It was just inside this area. So it's not moving anywhere. But I believe the whole January is gonna be like this. But still, we'll try to do that. This is the best case of scenario. According to this, I will take my decision. If it started to go higher and clear this high at first, I will not look for this buy side liquidity. I'll start to look for this sell side liquidity, which is Monday high. So I really don't go for this because it is gonna be contradictory with my bias, because yesterday's high has been cleared. This high is more obvious. So should go for that high at first. Now it's gonna be very difficult for me to trade if it go above this high. Maybe I'll be confused. Maybe I'll tell that to you. Okay, I just don't know what I'm going to do. But if it happens, I will be confused, because as is it going to go for that buy side liquidity? Is it going for that sell side liquidity? There will be a lot of bullish PTR. They will be my defender. They will hold the market. Sorry, they will stop the market to fall. I believe that's going to be so difficult for me. High resistance liquidity run or something like that. Instead of that, it can simply go higher for this buy side liquidity. I will be no trade day here. If this market come at the beginning here, I will be no trade day at the beginning. Today's market. But if it happens, I'll kill this market. I don't need this leg, to be honest. Don't need this leg. But if it happens, I'll kill this market. In short, okay, this is all I need to say. In short, you can simply see to this market by holding, or like this way. Okay, look at this buy side liquidity, man. Oh, awesome. I have a lot of buy side liquidity here as well. I just didn't mark them. Okay, I just draw your attention over here. This high, that high, that high, all of them highs are relatively equal highs. Just mark a zone. It's not a line. Mark a zone. You will see this is a beautiful resistance zone. This low, this low, this low, relatively equal lows. As it came and take that low by a shallow run, that obvious liquidity is not my importance at all, but of course it can go for that. It is not my highest priority. Okay, for me the highest priority is this relatively equal lows over here, this relatively equal lows over here. If this market really would love to go higher, it should clear some sort of sell side liquidity. This has been cleared yesterday. After clearing that sell side liquidity, why did you build another or engineered another liquidity? Why did you do that? I really appreciate, man. You cleared that sell side liquidity, that support zone. I really appreciate it. But why did you build another support zone? When I've seen it has built another support zone, I'm just not interested to see the sell side liquidity, sorry, buy side liquidity is gonna be cleared, and this last step busy is holding the market. Everything is telling me look for the sell first, then go for the buy. Look for the sell first, then go for the buy. If you are absolutely beginner, like you have experience for 6 months, 4 months, 3 months, 2 months, 7 months, 8 months, don't take that sell. The whole day market will fall. Let it go. Don't touch it. Wait for the buy setup. If your bias is bearish, then only take the sell. Don't go for the buy. If your bias is bullish, then only go for the buy. Don't take the sell. If you are a bit experienced, if you are with me for maybe 1 year now, then we can try the both buy and sell. I hope so. So that's all for at the beginning of this stream. I really don't have anything to say. If you have any question, this is the period to ask me the question. It's like 9:24. I have 5 minutes left before 9:30. Guys, please don't forget to push the like button, subscribe to our channel if you are new. And Apex, I think today is the last day, if I'm not wrong. Apex has 90% discount. The code is T2T. If you use the code, I'll be grateful to you, brother. Thank you so much for using that code. Wow, this is just wow. I mean, ask yourself, man. Ask yourself when you see this, what should you say about this? What should you say at the beginning? Like, like, let me show you. Just look at that low. See this low? This low? Tap to this line. Tap to that line, that low. Like, look over here, around here. Okay, so this high, the hedge. I don't know you guys can see it or not. See this area, this high hedge. Just look at this low. So not hedge actually, the low L. Okay, over here. 90.50, 90 tick, 90 tick. Just remember that. Now look again over there. 90 tick. Clean lows. This is something that will help you to let that run go. You know this is trap. You know that this is trap. This market will fall again for these lows because this is clean. Market never ever leave that clean things in the market. There's nothing that can be so much cleaner. It should not be clean. It's something like this should be messy. Either it has to take that low by one tick or it has to fail to go for that low by one tick. But if it tick by tick, 90 to tick, 90 to tick, oh man, ah, just ah. I'm gonna keep it over here because this is all the sell side liquidity. Okay. Okay. How do you trade? How do you trade continuations with confidence? That only happens on Wednesday and Thursday because Wednesday and Thursday is the continuation day. Over there, I just need 1 minute chart to clear some sort of liquidity to frame another trade. In other days, kind of Monday, Tuesday, or Friday, I'm not confident, brother. I'm not confident, to be honest. We are going to see a run lower. That's a beautifully called lows. Absolutely, brother. Tuesday is a manipulation day. Yes, sir. Hi, brother. Hey, Ravi. How are you, man? Thank you, Mahadi. Hey, Mahadi, how are you, man? Thanks for the sharing the Discord link, brother. Thank you so much, man. Apex 90% off ends tonight. Oh, okay, yeah, it's gonna end tonight then. Yeah, thank you so much, brother, for confirming. The Apex is gonna finish. The offer is gonna finish tonight, and please make sure that you have used the code T2T, and it's 90% discount. A good area to test your feelings, to test your FOMO, to test your losing. I mean, sorry, what to say? I mean, losing test. Okay, how do you feel when you blow the account? As it is too cheap. I think it's the best area, man. Just make sure that you use the code T2T. 2 minutes to market open. 2 minutes to market open before the action. Okay, guys. How many likes did I get? 157 people are watching, 52 likes, not enough. If you guys don't push the like button, I will close my stream without any kind of warning. So I'll just close it. Now you can say, brother, if you close it, what? We don't care. I also don't care. It's a very sunny day and I'm really a good photographer now. I'll go outside to take some photos. Oh man, I'm just kidding. Please make sure that you have pushed the like button. Please do that for me. Hi Titu. Hey Mickey, how are you, sir? I said Apex extended the sale until Sunday. Okay, I didn't know that. Thank you so much, brother, for confirming that. I thought that today is the last day. Okay, okay. Thank you so much, man. No, I mean, when you take a trade here, I find it hard to enter a trade without a sweep of liquidity. How do you trade continuation without with confidence? I usually feel market might retrace to my stop. I never enter without clearing the liquidity, brother. DMZ. I always wait for the liquidity to be cleared at first. Without liquidity cleared, I never enter. Here, if you look at this cell around this area, this market fall here, went higher. Look, until here, no liquidity has been cleared. Then fall, then take that liquidity. This liquidity has been cleared over here. It cleared over here, and then I entered over here. I was a bit early. I should enter over here. But okay. However, this market opened. I would love to mark the opening gap. Any kind of fall, I'll go for that. Look, it has already cleared the buy side liquidity, so I have nothing to worry about taking a sell right now because it has already cleared the buy side liquidity. Okay, brother. Look, all of this buy side liquidity has been cleared. All of this buy side liquidity has been cleared. How far it can, even it has cleared that highs as well. That high as well has been cleared. Look at this sell side liquidity over here. This is the equilibrium of the opening gap. Market is going higher. I don't give a shit if it keep going higher. Without clearing the liquidity, I will not enter into this trade or into any kind of trade over here. So any kind of fall right now, I'll try to take that sell. I don't need to worry about any kind of news today because we don't have any kind of news. I wish it will give me an opportunity to take the sell. We'll see. If I find a bearish gap, I'm not entering to that sell from that bearish gap immediately. I will talk about that. Okay, we'll see what market is going to offer me at first. I'm gonna remove the first presented word from my chart because I'm not watching the first presented gap. I'm watching this bullish gap. The market has cleared all the buy side liquidity. You can clearly see that all of this buy side liquidity has been cleared. All of this highs has been cleared. Everything has been cleared. Can it fall right now? Market traded this new day opening gap over here around this area. This is the new day opening gap. It has traded that new day opening gap, open, started to go higher. Every people are watching this market and they are seeing gapped up, started to go higher. They will start to chase the market. I will start to take the sell. Again, if you are looking for the buy, please go for that. I really appreciate it, guys. I'm more interested to see this sell side liquidity over here. Okay, if it inverts this gap, I'm gonna take the sell from this gap over here. Stop loss gonna be too big actually. We'll see where we can put the stop loss. Okay, the sell side liquidity is my first interest. We'll see where we can find the stop loss to put. We'll see how this is going to work. It will be better if it would go one more time above this high. That would be the best case of scenario. But if it doesn't, I have nothing to do. The first time it will close below this gap, I'll go for this sell. By believing it has left some obvious liquidity or unfinished business over here. So this inverse gap is gonna be very strong inverse gap to me. At the same time, I'm gonna mark the low and the high around this area. This gap not aligned with the upper quadrant level. If it would aligned with the upper quadrant, that could be the best case of scenario. Unfortunately, it's not. Oh man, it would be the best. I have a plan already. Okay, so I'm gonna execute this plan if I find the opportunity. I have already built the plan. This is in my mind. At the same time, I'll keep looking for another opportunity. But this plan is already in my mind. When I've seen this area or everything, I've already built the plan. How can I enter into the trade? So I'm not gonna enter like market is falling, so I'm going to enter. No, I have already planned the entry. You have to plan the entry before even it appeared on the chart. If you do that, you are gonna get the boom. That's all. Again, I'm not interested to ask. I'm not interested to see any of you are going to copy my trade. Please do your own trading, depending on the information we are sharing over here. Time to take a break of 1 minute. I have to smoke. So we are seeing, okay. You know what I'm waiting for. So you don't need my action. You will take your action. You don't need my action. I repeat. You will do your own action. Wait for something, and if you find it, go for that. Always remember, immediate reaction is more important than anything else. I'm not going to do any action. Do your own action, please. Look where the market came, exactly where the market came. Look at this gap. Is that important at all? No, sir. Recording with process. Okay, so ICT is actually recording with his son. Let's see where he is going to take his trade. Press, pullback, no, sell, LMAO is up. Club ZT50. Up bro, no sell. Okay. I love that. When it has cleared that highs, now I really love it because I was a bit afraid that maybe this market will go one more time to take that highs. Now I'm really so happy. He took buy on lower quadrant and he closed it. Who closed it, brother? ICT? I think he's just recording it. But by the way, guys, you guys already know that when you are going to take the sell, right? I'm just not talking, but it doesn't mean that you don't know that what you are going to do. There. I think stop loss I will put it a bit later because right now I really don't know where I have to put my stop loss. So when the the setup will appear, I'll put my stop loss depending on the setup. ICT he tweeted he took buy on lower quarter. Oh, okay, ICT already took the buy. That's cool. I think I'm against ICT today then. However, if you'd love to take the buy, please go for that. Okay, I really appreciate it, man. But I have explained why I'm interested to look for sell. I'm going to remove my 15-minute chart from my 1-minute chart. Sorry, 15-minute fair value gap from my 1-minute chart. Here, I really would love to say the market is going to respect this candle, but it's, to be honest, is a huge candle. I really don't, I'm not able to put my stop loss above this candle. So what I have done, I've just covered the 50% of this candle to see if it failed to close above the 50% or go above the 50% and falling. And when this gap is gonna be broken, it's not an important gap, to be honest. It's not an important gap. This gap is more important rather than anything else. But still, as it is respecting, I just mark this gap. It's not important at all to me. Okay, this is the upper quadrant of the opening gap. This is the equilibrium of the opening gap. This is the equilibrium. Okay, now it's broken. I believe that I can put my stop loss bit are lower actually over here, because I was afraid that it can send the market a bit higher to take it until the area. Okay, so here partial is done. You can simply put your stop loss to the break even. I'm not putting it to the break even, but please make sure you have put the stop loss to the break even. I'm gonna put it just above this gap. This is the most important gap to this market. If this gap is broken, sell side liquidity is gonna be taken. As well as, you know what is this, right? This is not even the sell side liquidity. This is something the confirmation market is coming for. It's not the sell side liquidity. It's something that is the confirmation I'm coming. Again, you should put your stop loss to the break even. I'm just a bit afraid because it can come back again one more time to retest this gap. That's why I'm not putting it to the break even, the stop loss, just putting it above that gap. And it's not a huge loss. You can see it's just kind of 6 handle 3 tick. Okay, I'll just put it here, 52 handle. This is the bearish gap, not an important gap. This gap is not an important gap, to be honest, but I can use this gap to take sell if it go higher and clear some sort of swing high. Then I can use this gap, that gap, to take another sell. You are seeing the reaction from a random level. See, this is the only thing in this market that can stop the market, send it higher. This is the only thing that can stop the market, send it higher. So if it is broken, that is my another sell from here to until this liquidity, depending on the stop loss, wherever they gonna be. This gap will be important if and only if this market could take some sort of buy side liquidity. Then I can frame the sell from this gap. No, I don't even need to wait for this area. Why is that? Because last gap has a job. If it really would love to hold the market, then it will always send the market to clear some sort of buy side liquidity. When the buy side liquidity will be cleared and then this market will fall, I can simply use the bearish gap to take the sell as a reclaimed gap. I got stopped out here. You should get stopped out to the break even. Unfortunately, I didn't get my full boom. That means market didn't come here. That means I am gonna get another opportunity to get my entry. Do I really care about that? I know that this gap is very important, right? It is also the equilibrium of the opening gap. I know this gap. So far, I have explained all the things for this gap. This is the most important gap. If this gap is broken, sell side is gonna be cleared. If it is not broken, market is gonna reverse from here. Maybe it will clear some buy side liquidity, then it will fall again. Maybe, I don't know. But I always have to be careful about this gap over here, opening gap. Took the partial, get stopped out to the break even, be happy with that. Wait for the next opportunity. I'm not still bullish, I'm still bearish. We'll see how this is going to appear on the chart. আসসালামু আলাইকুম। আচ্ছা মা। So now I can use this gap over here to take the sell. I don't need to worry about this gap anymore because it has cleared that buy side liquidity. The last gap hold the market, send it higher, clear the buy side liquidity. If when it will fall again, I'll be able to catch the sell from this gap now. Not taking any buy, we'll wait to see how it is going to react. It will keep going higher. I will just wait for this market to close above this 50-minute last FVC. First it will close above this, then maybe I'll start to think about the buy. Either way, otherwise, sorry, not either way. Otherwise, I'm just not going to take any kind of buy as long as the 50-minute candle is not going to close above this gap. High, I would love to mark that high as well. Cleared that high, so this last gap is broken. Sorry about that. See how the 50-minute candle is going to close now. I'm not looking for any kind of buy, any kind of fall now, I'll take that sell. What else do you see? If you guys remember, what else do you see? As I explained at the beginning of this stream, if it happens, it's gonna be very difficult for me to go for the trade from 15-minute chart. If you guys remember, right? If this high, which is the previous day high, if this high is taken, it's going to be so difficult for me to understand, is it going to go for that buy side liquidity or is it going to fall again for the sell side liquidity. This is the area which is a very tough situation for me to look for the trade. Now again, we'll still be holding our bias bearish for the sell side liquidity here, here, and here. I will still hold that bias for me. Yesterday's high, manipulation day, Monday, sorry, Monday high. Remember all of these things. Yesterday high is cleared. Yesterday low is my target right now. This, I think this is the yesterday low here. Yesterday low is my target right now. Why? Previous day high is important. You don't talk about that, brother. Today is Tuesday. Tuesday previous day high is very, 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 very important. So previous day high has been cleared over here, which is the previous day high over here. I would love to see, can it fall? But remember, this case of scenario is very, very, very difficult to understand. Is it really going for that buy side liquidity or is it going to reverse for the sell side liquidity? I just need to confirm that is it going to go higher or is it going to go lower? I need the confirmation. Two type of scenario can happen over here. I'm still not bullish. I need to see how the 50-minute candle is going to close. After closing this 50-minute candle, then maybe I'll be able to look for something. I'm still bearish. I will let this market to trade until here this new opening gap maximum before falling. I think so that is the best area. At the same time, please don't forget about this last FBZ. The power of this last FBZ. It's something you should always be careful about this FBZ. I'm cool, brother. How are you? Today is a good day, to be honest. We have already framed a trade for 26 handle around here. A very small run, but perfectly gave us 24 handle. Not looking for any kind of buy. Nothing I'm holding. No buy I'm holding. Even if I would love to go for the buy, there is no opportunity to go for the buy. It's called chasing the market. Don't chase the market. Wait for some kind of sell side manipulation to happen. Even if you would love to take the buy, I'm not interested to take the buy. I'm still waiting to take the sell. This is the candle way tough for me to mark it as an order block because the wick is much more bigger actually. I go for that. Let me see the stop loss actually to go for this sell. 23 handle 3 handle. Not bad. I go for that. Don't make this as an order block. Don't make it as an order block because it has a very long wick. So I'm a bit confused. Hmm. I'll let this go. The wick is much more bigger actually. I don't like this type of long wick. If I would love to mark the order block, I'll let this go. I'll wait to see if it can build another order block which is much more cleaner. Then maybe I'll frame the trade. Previous day high is taken. Now my target is previous day low. Is there anyone who is in a trade? Oh, by the way, who took the trade with me here and got the boom? I am so sorry I didn't read the comment. If any of you got that boom, if any of you got the boom, please let me know. Big John Viking, you got the boom? Congratulations, brother. I got the partial boom. Yeah, it's good. 24 handle is not bad. Partial boom is always better. It's always better to get something. We need 17 more likes to reach 100 like. Thank you so much guys for pushing the like button. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, man. I'm just afraid to frame this candle as an order block. So I'm not framing it. I will let this market to trade. Uh, like I will let him to fall before going for any trade. This is not convincing for me. However, I'll just see how far it can fall. Okay, I'll just see how far it fall. I'm not taking this trade. Even if it validate this trade, I'm not going to take this trade. I'll have to see if it can fall until here. Not going to take this trade. I'm not going to take this trade. I'm not going to take this trade. That candle is not very convincing to me to mark it as an order block. Just because of that, I'm not framing this trade. One more things, guys. Okay, some of you actually joined me very recently. I'm not an egoistic person. I'm not very bad. I have not hated hard, to be honest. I just hate one word, and that is I told you. Please don't tell me that. That is the only word. Please don't tell me that. It's a request to all of you, brother. I'm doing all of these things for free. I'm not taking any money from you. If you love it, stay here. If you don't love it, just leave it. But don't use that word or that sentence. I told you. It's a request to all of you. I hope it's absolutely, I mean, fair, right? We are doing all of these things all together. I'm not teaching anything to you. You're not teaching anything to me. So there is no need to tell me. I told you. It's a request. Because it never built it as an water block. What was that, Mahadi? Oh man. I could go for this all of these buys if it could take clear this clean loss over here. See this clean loss? If it could clear that clean loss, I could take all of these buys. It didn't clear it, I didn't take the buy. Now it is going for this buy side liquidity, which is from 15-minute chart. We have already talked about this a lot. This is that buy side liquidity. It is going for that. I have to let this go. I'm not interested to mark anything over here. I will go for the 1-minute chart to see if I can find something from here to frame the sale from the 1-minute chart. Or if I would love to take the buy, can I take the buy? So if this gap is broken, I will start to look for the buy. I mean, if it close above this gap, I will be able to take the buy. This buy is kind of taking the buy from the deep premium area. Okay, that's the buy. Already I'm in a buy and take the buy here. Was below this area. Target profit this buy side liquid. When the body has closed above this last FVG from 1-minute chart and then the next candle tap to this FVG, I'm not interested to see anybody close below this constant crosspoint of this gap. It should go for this buy side liquidity. Okay, so that was the plan. You know how to use this last FVG. Stop loss is below the candle which has validated this gap as an inverse gap, and as you can see here, one, two, these two candle has validated this gap as an inverse gap. My stop loss is 29 handle, so I'll go for a 29 handle partial, which is here. I'll go for this 29 handle partial around here. I just don't want to see anybody close below this line, below this dotted line. Nobody should close below this dotted line early, but we'll see. Nobody should close below this dotted line. That is the first expectation. By the way, if any of you can get the entry over here, they will get better entry, right? Like maybe you got the entry over here, that is the better opportunity to go for this trade. I mean, better opportunity. Like your stop loss will be like 20 handle. But according to the rules, when this body has closed above this last FVG, next candle tap to the last FVG, I should be in this trade, partial 1:1. Stop loss is going to cover the candles, or candle has validated this last FVG as an inverse gap. Nobody should close below the constant crossment over here, below the constant crossment of the last FVG. We'll try to go for 1:1. If it fail, I mean, sorry, if it take that 1:1 and then go for this buy side liquidity, I'll be happy. But I don't need that buy side liquidity. At least the partial is more than enough for me to be profitable. If you can get the entry over here around this area, for example, just for the sake of this conversation, like anywhere here, try to go for 1:1 partial wherever you enter. Like I enter here, right around here, so my stop loss, sorry, is 26 handle 2 tick. My partial should be 26 handle 2 tick over here. That should be my partial, because I entered over here. It is a like, how to say this, I mean, greater entry opportunity. It's a greater entry opportunity because I should enter here, but I got my entry over here, or maybe here, or maybe here, wherever. Go for 1:1 partial. But according to the rules, I should take the partial around here because I should take entry to the top of this gap. The lowest down close body close candle is my order block. Would love to see it will hold the market and send it higher. It should hold the market, send it higher. Not even a single body should close below the constant crossment of this FVG. From 1 minute chart, the last FVG. I've already talked about that before the market start. I started my stream earlier just to explain this last FVG. This is that same FVG. Don't get confused. Go to your 1 minute chart over here. You can see this is the most, the only FVG here. That is the only FVG that is unused. Every single this gap has been used already. Body has closed this gap 100%. 100% this gap has been closed. So this is the last FVG, which is the only thing that can stop the market before reaching for this buy side liquidity. As this last FVG is broken, I'm more interested to see it will go for this buy side liquidity right now. I would love to do one more thing actually here. I'll have to mark that high just to make sure that it's not going to take that high and then going to fall. It didn't clear that high. Happy. As long as this body is not going to close below this dotted line, I'm safe. If it closes below this dotted line, I'll start to move my stop loss. You'll see that. Don't worry. Brother, why did you take the buy to the deep premium? It's not the deep premium. There is no bearish PDA that can stop the market. So I should not get afraid of this PDA. I should not get think that, oh wow, this is now going to fall, or it's not like that way. Okay, something like that. I should be very I mean, very confident about the RAM. The order block has been broken. I would love to remove it. I thought that it will work as an order block. Again, this is not a good order block. Long, weak, small body. I really don't like to mark this type of candles as my order block. But as a confidence or as a reference, I was interested to see if it can hold the market and send it higher. But this type of candles, which is long, weak, small body, I really don't like to mark them. Market fall, tap to this new day opening gap. Would love to see it will work as a support and this market will go higher again. Here on my right hand side, this is the new day opening gap. Market closed above this new day opening gap, come back again, tap to this new day opening gap. Would love to see it will hold the market, send it higher again. At the same time, it has cleared the sell side liquidity. You can see it has built the sell side liquidity over here. Look where the market has closed. The most important part, where the market has closed. See, nobody should close below the dotted line. See, the body closed. This is the most beautiful thing I really would love to see. Random, right? This is random. Again, I'm gonna mark this one as my order block. Not a beautiful order block, but it's still just a reference. Not a beautiful because it has also a long wick. If the body can close out this, I would love to mark it as an order block. Everything is acceptable instead of body close below the dotted line. Body close below the dotted line is not acceptable. Anything else is acceptable. Everything else is acceptable. Now manipulation happened. Manipulation happened. Retest the nude opening gap. What you are waiting for? Go for that run you would love to go for, right? Body close above this nude opening gap. Come back again to this nude opening gap to use it as a support. What else do you need? Liquidity to be taken. Is it clear the liquidity? Yes, everything is done. Why you are still holding? You should go for this buy side liquidity. Now I'll move my stop loss below this low by believing that this market is not coming back again because all the job is done. So I'll put it here. Don't trail the stop loss. Please don't follow my trailing stop loss. It's always bad, but I really love to work with the PDRS. If I feel that it should not come back again, I moved my stop loss. So you don't need to follow my trailing stop loss. I really appreciate if you don't copy my trade. Okay, I really appreciate it, guys. Watching this candle week, that is the lower quadrant. First job is to close above the lower quadrant of this week. That is the first job market has to do. It has to close above this line, this black line. I prefer some sort of buy fair value gap, FVG, bullish FVG to leave open. Come on, man. If it started to respect, I will be very afraid to hold this trade. So it has to be broken. Market has to close above this line to show me the bullishness. Otherwise, the problem is it is going to build a bullish FVG over here from 15-minute chart. So next candle can come back again to trade this bullish FVG. I don't want to see that. That's why I need to see it is going to break all the bearish PDR and it will keep going higher. So first job is to close above this line. Handle. This is not a perfect order block. As a reference, I'm marking it as an order block. Why not perfect? Because it has a very long wick. See this wick? It's a very long wick. I don't like this type of long wick. I'd love to mark the 50% of this order block. See if it can be respected. The 50% is aligned with the constant encroachment of this last gap. So I don't need to mark it. I will remember that. I got stopped out, but I'll keep it over here to see that if I would put my stop loss over here, would I get the boom or not? Sometimes shit happens. Okay, I just moved my stop loss and I got stopped out, but please don't follow my trailing stop loss. It's really difficult. I love to take re-entry, and that's why I moved my stop loss. So I moved my stop loss from 26 handle to 15 handle. You please don't move the stop loss. You keep or you do your own you know what to say in the management, trade management. This candle closed below this constant encroachment. I don't like this candle. If the next candle or any other candle close above this candle, this is gonna be the most strongest order block ever. However, I'll show you if I would love to take re-entry, how I'm gonna take it. Not looking for the sell right now. Right now, no sell is valid. Right now, I'm not interested to take any sell. By the way, my moving the stop loss, I think I've done the good job. I at least I cover some sort of loss. We'll see if I can find another opportunity to take the buy. No sell is valid right now. The reason is, first of all, the body has closed above this 50-minute last gap and also the above this new day opening gap. So I need to see it is going to close below this new day opening gap if I would love to go for sell again. Otherwise, I'll not take any kind of sell. I'll keep looking for the re-entry opportunity. It will close above this gap again. I'll go for the trade again. It will close one tick above this gap. Wherever it is going to close, I'll take re-entry. Go to your 15-second chart. There will be a sell opportunity from here to here. From 15-second chart, I believe so. There will be some sort of selling opportunity maybe from 15-second chart from here to until this area. Not from 1 minute chart. It will close one tick above this gap. I'll take rebuy. Body doesn't close, I'll not take the rebuy. Now the body didn't close above this gap, so not going to take this buy. feeling like push the button here, push the button here, push the button here. I'm just feeling like that way. I wanna be very disciplined. I would love to wait for this confirmation. Just don't. I'm not going to push the button. Okay, I'm gonna hold the tray. I'm gonna hold myself. Don't push the button. Don't push the button. Don't push the button. Don't push it. Don't push it. Don't push it. Wait. Wait. Okay. Okay. I'm waiting. But I feel like I'm feeling like, man, push the button. That is the area. Go for that trade. I'm just holding it. Holding myself. I believe that it will prove me right not to push the button. It will go and take that sell side liquidity. I believe so. If it doesn't do that, I'll be very upset for this market too, because it's the best area to me to go for the trade right now. This is the best area to go for the trade right now. But please fall, man. Please fall and take that liquidity. Oh man, if I were alone, I'm already in a trade from here. But here I wanna be very disciplined. I wanna wait for that specific moment to push the button. If I were alone, man, I'm already in this trade from here. Oh man, very difficult, very tough, very tough. Ah, shit, man. Sometimes this hurt a lot. Now I should push the button here. I'm just trying to see if it can retest it. Okay, I should add here. I should be here in this trade exactly from there. I'll put a limit order. I'll keep my limit order here. I'll enter here by one contract, and I'll put my limit order over here to see if it can retest this area to take me. I should push the button when this candle has closed, but as you see the area is bit long, so I just push the button over here by one contract. We'll see if it can retest this area which is aligned with the order block to take me, the rest of the contract to take me. It doesn't need to come here, but if it come here, that is the best case of scenario. I'll enter over here with more contract, but I just need to push the button whenever the candle is going to close, because most of the time it doesn't come back again, retest this last fair value gap. Most of the time it doesn't do that. This area was the awesome area. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, take me, take me, take me, take me with you. There you go, there you go. Bit more, bit more. Come on, come on. Yeah, just for okay, I got it. Now I got it. Stop loss is below this candle. That candle has built this gap as a inversion fair value gap. So below that candle plus some handle, okay, some short of handle, plus some short of handle. I will take the first partial above this high, old high, see if it can give me the partial over here. So when it will reverse, I'll take some partial over here if it doesn't stop me out. By the way, I have to recheck the new day opening gap low 39, so I can make sure that I'm not getting stopped out by the low of this new day opening gap. So over here, this is the low of that new day opening gap. I should have been covered this on 740, 7407. Okay, it's actually covered by my stop loss because the new day low is over here somewhere. I believe it's here somewhere. Okay, here somewhere. So I don't need to worry about the new day opening gap low. I'm safe with that. I'll go for two partial above the old high, which is almost 1:1, like you can see here. One. Nobody again should close below the consonant crossment. The same expectation I had over here, I'm gonna repeat the same expectation, transferring from here to here by expecting nobody is going to close below the old last FVG consonant crossment. If I would push my button over here, my stop loss would be below this low. Safe place. And from 15-minute chart, seems like a indecisive candle, it should start to go higher after that indecision. If it would love to retest this gap over here from 15-minute chart over here around this area, if it really would love to trade this gap, we really don't have anything to do. The first reason is the gap over here. I'm going to transfer this gap from here to this new day opening gap. So I believe that this new day opening gap is going to do the job for me. If it doesn't do that and really would love to come for this, or what to say, I mean the last area or the 15-minute bullish fair value gap, I really don't have anything to do. That type of scenario, like this small stop loss, I have to observe that gap, I mean sorry, that loss. And the rest of the things, like if it starts to consolidate for like other days according to the January price action, like it will start to consolidate, that is also unexpectable, and we can't deal with this consolidation for the rest of the January month. We really don't have anything to do because of this January, or the time is very tough. Oh, man. That low was the most secured low. Ah, you will keep watching this type of things after a run consolidation for the rest of this January. Just this month, let this month go. From the next month, it's gonna be so beautiful, so beautiful, so beautiful. From the next month. And if you feel like that this is going to fall, trust me, it's not going to fall anymore. The reason is the bodies are respecting the new day opening gap. It's simply bullish market. But maybe my stop loss was a bit tight. I was expecting the perfection from this market, and as you see, like this is really difficult. So I think it's not giving the precision, but it's bullish. I believe it is bullish. We'll go for the third entry or the last entry. While it will close above this, I'm gonna go for the last entry for this morning session. So it will close above this, I'll go for the last entry for the morning, for this morning session. My stop loss was a bit tight, unfortunately. When it is not going to give me the precision and I'm struggling with that precision, sometimes this shit happens. When the body is going to close, I'm gonna take last entry for this morning session. I believe it's gonna be the boom. Entries here. Stop loss should be below this area. I'm not able to do that, so what I'm going to do, I'm gonna keep it here, 27 handle. Last entry for this morning session, and going for this buy side liquidity after clearing some partial around 1:1. 15 handle, 21 handle. That means how many handle is that? 15 handle, 21 handle, 40, 40, 40, 47 handle, 46 handle. So already took 46 handle here, and here some partial, just the partial. Love to go for the last trade for this morning session, because I believe here I got stopped out because of my tight stop loss. uh I mean, I could put my stop loss a bit lower below this low. I could do that, like here right now I can put my stop loss below this low, but I'm not doing that. I'm just covering the lower quadrant of this week, just doing that. Sometimes I expect the precision, market is not interested to give me the precision, and it stopped me out. So I'm gonna believe these things again for the last time, and I believe it will give me my boom. and that's gonna like mitigate all of my losses. 1:1 partial. It doesn't need to trade this bullish fair value gap, to be honest, because I have this new day opening gap. So this bullish gap is going to transfer. Bullish gap is going to transfer from here to this new day opening gap. So I really don't need to think that it is going to fall for this bullish gap. But if it come, really, we really don't have anything to do, as new day opening gap is much more stronger than this gap. It should respect, like here one gap is left over here, so of course it can trade this gap. There's nothing to do if it to do that, but as we have this new day opening gap, I don't need to worry about this gap, to be honest. Sometimes shit happens and it really would love to trade this gap, that is disaster. Because in that case of scenario, I'll keep taking losing trade. I mean, it will keep giving me the entry opportunity, I'll keep getting that losing trade. Here I need a gap as an unfilled gap, so I believe I have found that gap here, which should be an unfilled gap in my opinion. The reason is, when this market fall around here, oh okay, sorry, not that gap, because this is the order block. It should be traded, not that gap, sorry, my mistake. The order block that should be traded, not that on the RD. Best. If you can add thousands of the best, then you can get this order block over here. If you add thousands of the best word, then you will get this order block. I need the unfilled gap right now. If it really would love to go for this buy side liquidity, I need the unfilled gap right now. Now, when I ask right now, I ask for the time. Here, I ask for the time. The time is gonna give me the speed. The time is gonna give me the unfilled gap. The time is gonna give me the like run toward my according to my expectation. It's the time. So 10:28 to 10:32 is the time to get that unfilled gap. If it really would love to go higher, it should give me the speed right now in between 10:28 to 10:32. This is that old high market build the relatively equal highs over here, or build the relatively equal buy side liquidity around that area. Should give me the speed right now by next three candle. Now or never. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. There you go. Polybeat, go higher. You have done the manipulation, now go higher. Look at this 15-minute candle, open, fall. This is gonna be the manipulation here. Now, boom. Open, fall, manipulation, now expansion. Come on, give me my expansion. I know you will go higher. If the next candle doesn't give me the speed, I'll move my stop loss, or maybe I'll close my trade. I need the speed over here. I can't close the trade unfortunately, so I'll move my stop loss if I don't get the speed by the next candle. Let this January go. From February you are going to see the beautiful price action, so wait for the February price action. It's very difficult. If you find a winning trade, stop over there. If you don't find the winning trade, stop after taking two losses or whatever risk management you are doing. Just keep following that. Keep following that. Don't overtrade. This is the January, the last month of the bad price action, so wait for this month to go and then come back again the next month, second week of the February to until 15th, 16th, 17th of the December. Every single day is an high probability, except the the non-farm payroll or CPI, FOMC, all of these things. Except them, everything every day is an high probability. So please make sure that you are not wasting your money, you are not wasting your energy, you are not wasting your mental capital in this bad price action. You will get that so precisely from the second week of February. Give me just one more month to me. One more month. Like today's 6th of January, next 6th of February, you are going to see the beautiful price action. And it will start to react from every PDRA. The way we have traded, remember? November, October, how beautiful was that? And from December, it started to disaster. However, it is not respecting the way I was expecting, like this candle open fall, did a small manipulation over here from 15-minute chart. Not happy to see that it can start to fall. I am afraid to hold this trade. The reason is it should give me the speed, it didn't give me the speed. So what I'm going to do, for the first time I'll get an opportunity, I'll move my stop loss. I should close the trade, I can't close the trade, so I'll not close the trade. Instead of that, I will just move my stop loss. Here 16 handle, I'll try to move it like 10 handle, 5 handle, 2 handle, 3 handle, something like that. What I need, if I don't get it, I don't feel to hold that trade anymore. It has closed above this last fair value gap. See this last fair value gap, above the last fair value gap high. I moved my stop loss below that most recent swing low, because I believe that it is now going to hold the market, send it higher. At the same time, this is that reclaimed inverse gap constant encroachment over here, around here. So I really would love to see it is going to, okay, I got a stop loss. So here 12 handle, because I'm not feeling good hold this trade. I was expecting get some kind of bullish setup, sorry, bullish speed. I didn't get it, so I just moved my stop loss, closed the trade. Rest of the time I'll not frame in trade, but we'll see if really there is something very good or beautiful something, because it's just simply consolidating. And this is what happened on January, December. Run, consolidation, run, consolidation. If you are lucky to get that run, good. If you're not lucky, you will be in this job. I just moved my stop loss because I was not feeling good. But you don't need to move the stop loss with me. You can simply hold your, I mean, if any of you are in this trade, you can hold your trade like the way you should hold it, from here to until that area. You can just hold it to see if it works or not. As I did, don't feel confident, I just close the trade. That's all. What the ES is doing actually, kind of scenario. So ES is interested to trade this bullish fair value gap, reacting from this new week opening gap. Okay, is Dow doing? Dow is bullish. Dow has already traded this bullish fair value gap. Wow. And NQ is struggling to trade here. I think NQ is also going for bullish fair value gap from 15. I don't know. My goodness. Really doesn't need to trade this bullish gap. If it really interested to go for this buy side liquidity, it doesn't need to come to this bullish gap. If I didn't have this new opening gap, I could say that okay, maybe it is going for this bullish fair value gap to be traded before going higher, or all of these things. But as we have this, I don't need to see this market to come back again here. The reason is it needs the momentum. Momentum it should use to go higher and clear the buy side liquidity. If it reverse, it means that most of the people are going to enter over here by the support. So if it's let the people to enter over here, it doesn't need to go higher for this buy side liquidity. Sometimes shit happens, and to be honest, it doesn't need to do that. Here this low should be untaken here around this area, because this low is referring that candles or the rejection block, whatever you say, it has rejected from there. Rejection block come here, build the buy side liquidity, it can maximum fall until some short of certain area, it should go higher again. But the problem is here, this December, January, and market is saying, man, I'm just making lot of consolidation over here, I'm gonna make you exhausted. You will lose your patience, and then you will start to enter randomly, and I will blow your account. I will just take all of your money. That's I'll keep saying. If you get one trade, winning trade, stop trading on January and December, and then hold for the next session, at least for the next session. If you get two losses, stop over there. And of course, like after taking two losses, you should stop, otherwise you are gonna blow your mind, and then gonna blow your account. Oh man. Hi Sachin, how are you, brother? Oh man, look at this price action. How can you say this is good price action, man? Come on. Hey, PM session was bit cleaner. That run was so beautiful, and then started to consolidate. How long it will consolidate? Nobody knows that. Who is in a trade? Please let me know. Who is in a trade right now? Buy or sell? Let's see how many of you can frame a trade. Okay, I'll just go with your trades right now. If you find a trading opportunity, please let me know. I would love to go with your trade at the beginning, and we'll discuss about that entry. Is there anyone who is in a trade? Let's do that for today. Once I got on loss, so came here to enjoy with you. First trade of the 2026 is a losing trade. Not happy. Now whole year will go with losings. Oh man, January is a losing month. Of course, January is a losing month. So you're not going to be a loser. for the rest of the year you are going to get a beautiful price action from February. I just don't know how can I convince you, but you will see that. And then you will say why I trade in January. I could let 1 month go and I could be a profitable trader without losing a lot of trades if I have waited for February. That's the point, okay, guys. That's the point. Good morning, Jamie. Good morning, sir. Why, Mahadev? Why you are saying this type of controversial? I mean, what to say? I mean, comment, brother. Why you are making that? Tamim is not here, right? Wait for a bearish fair value gap, take sell entry, and target discounted liquidity. Waited for a bearish fair value gap, take sell entry, and target discounted liquidity. Okay, so you took the sell here from here, right? Let's see. I think you are talking about here. You took the sell here. And what is your target, brother? Excel entry and target discounted liquidity. Discounted liquidity. I don't know where is the discounted liquidity. Okay, we'll see that. Okay. Uh, your name is very tough. I'll just I'll just call you in Minuti. Minuti. Okay, I'll call you Minuti. It's easier for me. You tried to take that sell. Okay, we'll see, brother. Okay, FBZ is also liquidity. So I think discounted liquidity means you're targeting this FBZ. Of course, this is a good idea. I really appreciate it, man. Is there anyone who is in a trade right now? Sure, sir. You can ask me the question. If I know the reply, I'll ask. I'll try to give you the reply. Okay. First, Sachin, please ask me the question. Okay. I'm gonna talk with him. What is his name? Minuti. I would love to talk about this sell to you, brother. The thing is, you are depending on 1 minute chart. I really don't want to depend on 1 minute chart. Now, again, you took the sell, hold it. Okay. Do your own analysis. Do your everything. But I would love to show you something. I'm gonna remove this last cap because it's too messy over here. So these things are too messy over here. When this market came higher, take that buy side liquidity. Okay, as that high or something like over here, the high, yesterday's high, previous day high has been cleared. That is the only PDRA, or the new day opening gap is only PDRA that can stop the market to go higher to take that buy side liquidity. And it is the only thing that could hold the market and send it lower for the sell side liquidity over here, that, that around that area, that the sell side liquidity. Now when this candle is respecting this new day opening gap around here, this is the problem. Okay, I really would love to request you to focus over here. This candle closed, that candle open, trade this gap, respected this new day opening gap. This candle open, trade this gap, respected this new day opening gap. This candle open, trade this gap, is going to break that gap. If I come to this 1 minute chart, and you have talked about this bearish gap to be broken and to go for sell, right? Let me mark that one more time here. Look, this is the first time this market has closed below this gap. So maybe you will take a losing trade over here. Maybe just for the sake of this conversion, you took a losing trade over here. Then you go for this trade and you got the winning trade over here. Okay, so already you have got the partial, or everything you have already got. So you should be already profitable. The problem is when you are going to do that again and again, trust me, man, some days it's gonna break. Maybe here something market is very interested to fall, or maybe there is something that is interested market is going for. But most of the time you will be able to see that this is holding the market so many times, this new to opening gap. For the sake of this conversation, to show you something, I'm gonna come around here, around this area. from 15-minute chart. Okay, one, two, three, four, five, six. Six candle tried to break this gap. Six candle. Where here one, two, and the third candle has broken this gap. Fortunately, it broke that gap. Now we can say, brother, here it's not important because there is nothing around that area. I agree with you. There is nothing over here. If I come another example, I just don't know. I don't have any or not. Exactly the same kind of scenario. Let me check if I can find something. I don't have more FVZ. Let's come over here. Above this gap, I also don't have any discounted fair value gap, but it has went too far, right? It went too far. This gap has been broken too far. Then it started to respect here around this area, even if it has some kind of FVZ over here, but it has started to respect here around this area, around this area, around this area, and then finally break it, respected it as a support, but unfortunately it broke this gap. Now maybe it will start to fall for the sell side liquidity, or maybe it will react from this area and it will go higher for this buy side liquidity. I just don't know, because as at the beginning I told you, if it take that buy side liquidity at the beginning before clearing the sell side liquidity, I'll be in a like no man's land, something like that. I really don't have any idea what is going to happen next if it is taken at the beginning. But if it is taken later after clearing the sell side liquidity, oh man, this is gonna be so beautiful. However, just be careful next time when you are going to trade this area. I really appreciate you got your boom. I don't want to change your mind, but be careful about the new day opening gaps. They are very strong. Most of the time you'll see they're respecting again and again. As you can see here, how many times it tried to break this gap, how many times. Same here, you can see how many times it tried to break this gap to the lower side, okay, to the lower side. And you can see here around this area how it was respected. Nobody knows when the new day opening gap or new week opening gap is going to be respected, but most of the time, anytime it can start to respect. Like here, this gap previously respected so beautifully. This time, no react, not even a single reaction, just keep going higher. But here it has very strong resistance around this area. That is why always be careful if you're struggling, or sorry, if you're treating the new day opening gap or new week opening gap. Be very careful about that, brother. I hope it will help you. The trade you explained well, but my question is, yesterday you took that order block entry in sell inside the new week opening gap. A long ago, you told me that we can't look for the order block from the CE or part 1. I didn't mark not even a single order block depending on the new day opening gap or new week opening gap. Not even a single order block yesterday from the new day opening gap or new week opening gap. I was just watching the gaps from the price action. I was not looking at this area or the new day new week opening gaps. Yes, today I was watching it, but yesterday I was not looking at them. So I was just solely dependent on the price action, except the new day or new week opening gap. Order block should not go. There should be 1 2 time frame, and wanted to ask why you gone with that order block. You can't say that you were live, so you had to frame that. Are you talking about here, brother? Let me go over there. Are you talking about here yesterday? Around here? Around here? If it is, let me know, okay? Mhm. Shachin, is that the area you were asking about? Look, on my right hand side, I'm really not looking at anything over here. This is the whole price action inside the 50-minute last FVG. This is inside the 50-minute last FVG. So all of this fall happened inside the lunch hour. After this fall, inside the lunch hour, long consolidation over here around this area. After that long consolidation, market left that area so beautifully, like with speed. So when this consolidation appeared on the chart around this area, small consolidation, and then with speed it left that area, beautifully left that breakaway gap, right? The consolidation area built the breakaway gap, left that breakaway gap, leave that area, came here to clear some lows, build the obvious liquidity. I have some sell side liquidity here, I have some sell side liquidity there. You see this obvious liquidity over here, this low has been cleared over here by a shallow run, that is an obvious liquidity. Market has came around this area, cleared some sort of liquidity, built another obvious liquidity. Now in this small consolidation area, when this market came here around this area, after coming to this area, this is the last gap, market has started to react from the last gap. Breakaway gap now turned into the last fair value gap. When this market traded that last fair value gap, should I enter over here from this last fair value gap? At the same time, look at this fall consolidation, because Sophia, I don't know Sophia is over here or not. She asked me the same question. I replied her one time. I'm gonna reply this or repeat this one more time to you. When this market fall, I was not in this trade because inside the lunch hour. Then the consolidation, then built to FVG. Okay, if you go for the 22 YT model, you will see there will be a beautiful market structure shift around this area. So beautiful market structure shift, entry fair value gap, breakaway gap. Market didn't give you the entry fair value gap trade or the breakaway gap. None of them market has given you. After a long period of time, market came to this gap. This area I'm referring as a 22 YT model or the base of this sell. Because of the sell side liquidity, lot of lows are left over here. When it come back after a long period of time, I'm not interested to push the button from here just because it's not an immediate reaction. It came too long, after too long. If I want to enter over here, I have to enter from the order block. Just the order block is my only opportunity to enter over here. If I really would love to take my entry from my old 22 IT model FVG, or maybe 2 FVG, like 1 FVG, 2 FVG, whatever things I'm gonna use here, the best is for 22 IT model. If I would love to go for this 22 IT model, I should take my entry immediately over here within 5 candle. If I miss this trade, I'm not gonna believe this trade after a long period of time to take entry in any of this gap. I'm predicting they're going to fall again, either from this entry or the last gap. But I can't just enter over here depending on this. I have to wait for the confirmation. That's why I talked about the order block from the same time frame, because the setup is from the same time frame. The 22 IT model is the from same time frame. Just the problem is I was not able to enter over here immediately. It took too long to come here. Then when it came here, not interested to enter immediately. I need the confirmation, got confirmation, took the entry. Is that clear, brother? It all depends on the time. Okay, I think a brother has got the boom already. It should get the liquidity with speed. Okay, now I'd love to see this gap to hold the market and send it higher again. I'm not bearish. Even though these clean lows are over here, I just can't look for the bearishness. If I would love to look for the bearishness, I have to mark this low over here and this high over here. The range is over there. Equilibrium. If it comes here to this lower quadrant, I will start to look for this sell side liquidities. Them. If it come over here around this area. If it doesn't come over here, I'll keep looking for a buying opportunity. Right now it's trading the new day opening gap to see if it can start to go higher from here now. If you have time, you asked me in December to hold this question exactly all examples of a same time frame order block, including quadrant levels in PDRS, weeks gaps, etc. Okay, guys, you have a lot of things making very complicated the things over here. Let me go with the over here. This is the order block, meaning another word is the change. The change in state of delivery is actually the order block. We called the order block to use it as a change in state of delivery. Two time frame and one time frame. What is the difference between two time frame and one time frame? Just look over here. Uh, Maybe there is an old sell side liquidity, okay, old relatively equal loss. This is the old relatively equal loss, which is the sell side liquidity. This whole thing is from 15-minute chart. It's 15 minute. Okay, so this is the 15-minute area. In 15-minute, you have seen there is some sort of sell side liquidity over here. So market actually built some sort of sell side liquidity around here. Market has built buy side liquidity, fall, cleared that sell side liquidity, trade a old FVG over here around this area, trade a old FVG. This is from 15-minute chart, not 1 minute chart. This is from 15-minute chart. So from 15-minute chart, you have seen market has built some kind of buy side liquidity at the beginning. Then it has cleared some sort of sell side liquidity, trade a bullish fair value gap, retraced. There is another order block or some kind of bullish fair value gap or inverse fair value gap, whatever it is tapped over here, then go higher, clear that buy side liquidity. All of these things is gonna happen from the 15-minute chart. So from 15-minute chart, you have decided where the market will go around here, just like over here. You are around this area, so you are seeing this market is falling. This is some sort of sell side liquidity that is very obvious to you, and you are believing this is going to be cleared at the beginning before going higher. And below this sell side liquidity, there is some sort of FVG over here from the 15-minute chart. So I'm coming here to 1 minute chart. So just remember this small portion, I'm coming to 1 minute chart. So in 1 minute chart, what you are going to see, sorry, this is that same FVG. So remember, this is that FVG, and we are talking about the price action exactly over here. What is going to happen over here? We are just going to talk about that area. Okay. So in 1 minute chart, we have seen there is some sort of sell side liquidity around here. So this is actually not our thinking. This is the target. This is our sell side liquidity around here. Okay. Just market is here from 1 minute chart. What we have seen, market just fall, cleared that sell side liquidity. Now it is just doing this like this, okay, something like that, and then come here, come there, then come here, and then go here. This small portion of this price action is here. That is that area where I am seeing the small portion of this price action, and here just going back to referring that area from 15-minute chart. When the sell side liquidity is been cleared over here, 15-minute bullish gap, we know that it is going to hold the market, send it market the higher. This is the same area from 15-minute chart. In 1 minute chart, without the 15-minute chart, you are lost. You don't know what is going to happen. Why I can't just make it on my left? Okay, whatever it is. From 1 minute chart, when it is using this 15-minute higher time frame PDRA, I'm gonna use the lowest down close body close candle as my order block to take the buy from this area to go or support the run toward the 15-minute chart. That means 15-minute chart is going to go for this buy side liquidity. I'm gonna predict the extreme low, the lowest low, to take the buy. How I'm going to do that? By marking an order block from 1 minute chart. This is two time frame order block. Okay, it can be the 15-minute chart, it can be the hourly chart, however it is. But from that specific time frame, I'm going to predict this is bullish. After clearing all of this scenario, I'm gonna predict this is gonna go higher, and then 1 minute chart is just going to push the button to make my stop loss smaller. For example, if I would love to wait for the order block around this area from 15-minute chart, either I will miss the trade or it will be too late for me to enter into this market from that 15-minute order block. Or even if I got the entry opportunity, maybe my stop loss is gonna be 100 handle or maybe 200 handle, something like that, maybe 50 handle. So what I'm going to do, I'm gonna make sure that I'm not going to miss this run. So I'm gonna come back to my lower time frame and framing my trade from that lower time frame. At the same time, even if I'm able to enter into this market from the order block, my stop loss is not going to be huge. It's going to be very small, 20 handle, 30 handle, something like that. Comparing with 15-minute chart, it's going to be very small stop loss. So I'm actually refining. I'm refining my entries from 15-minute chart to 1 minute chart, like, or the hourly chart to 1 minute chart or 2 minute chart or 5 minute chart or whatever it is. Without this, it doesn't have any value. This order block doesn't have any value. So you have to understand this small part of this portion. Is that clear? How to use two time frame without this setup? That means there is no buy side liquidity, there is no order block, there is no sell side liquidity taken, there is 1 minute chart, there is no order block, there is liquidity taken everything, but there is no FVG from my higher time frame or the same time frame from 15-minute chart. There is no entry. Now if I would love to go for the trade from the 15-minute chart, from the same time frame, from the same objects, from the same everything, from the order block, can I take the trade? 100% you can take the trade. What is going to happen? The stop loss is going to be much more bigger. The same time frame entry, depending on all of this situation, you are able to take the entry from 15-minute chart. Same thing over here from 1 minute chart, from the same thing. Now forget about this as a 15-minute chart. I'm gonna say this is 1 minute chart. What is the difference? I'm just removing 5 from this one. So it's gonna be the same thing. Same exact thing. Market has cleared some sell side liquidity, trade some kind of bullish fair value gap from 1 minute chart, build a order block over here, tap to this order block, go for this buy side liquidity from this 1 minute chart. Now why we can't use this 1 minute time frame to take the entry? From 15-minute time frame, I know from here, sorry, from here to here, this buy side liquidity is kind of 500 handle. The most recent buy side liquidity is kind of 100 handle. Okay, forget about 500, 100 handle. But at the same time, if you look over here in 1 minute chart and you are looking for the same bullish order block from that area from the same time frame, okay, the entries is gonna be like from here, and your target is gonna be like 22 handle, the most recent buy side liquidity, because there 15-minute time frame is sending the market until this buy side liquidity. So from 1 minute chart, you are safe to think that I'm safe, this market will keep going higher until this buy side liquidity. From 15-minute chart, it's 500 handle. But from the 1 minute time frame, if you look for the buy side liquidity, you'll find so many buy side liquidity near the order block. From 15-minute chart, the most recent buy side liquidity near the order block is here, which seems like very near to each other. But when you are coming to 1 minute chart, you have to like extend your chart to find out that buy side liquidity, because it's too far from 1 minute chart, because you are in a very lower time frame. But from the same time frame, you will see the beautiful buy side liquidity over here. So maybe you are planning to enter over here around this area where you have to close the trade exactly over here. That is your buy side liquidity. So you have to close exactly over here. So maybe you took the buy here, your stop loss is 20 handle, and your target is maybe maybe 10 handle. Just for the sake of this conversation, you are entering around this area wherever you feel like the order block is. You are entering here, your stop loss is 22 handle, and your target is gonna be like 16 handle. So you are not even able to go 1:1, because this is your buy side liquidity from 1 minute chart. Same for 15-minute chart. If I go for this same kind of entry, maybe my entry will be here, entry will be from the same time frame, stop loss below the order block, my target will be here maybe. So gonna be huge stop loss, smaller draw, I mean target, or maybe target also here, the buy side is here, but still this is huge stop loss, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to break this small portion of this price action into 1 minute time frame, so that even if it failed to go for this buy side liquidity, I'll be able to catch at least until that area, which is kind of easier for me to close the trade. So I will be able to avoid the buy side liquidity from the same time frame. Now this is now 1 minute time frame. Okay, from the 15-minute chart all of these things happened, and from 1 minute chart you have seen there is an order block. You would love to take that order block. Forget about 1 minute chart, go to your 15-second chart. From 15-second chart, when you will go to your 15-second chart, you will be able to see that there is a beautiful buy side liquidity around this area, and you will find there is some kind of 1 minute bullish fair value gap where market has tapped. Go to your 15-second chart, think there is a 15-second order block. Is there any 15-second order block? And this is going to be your buy side liquidity. So what you are going to do, you are going to break the stop loss much more smaller, and you are going to target this 1 minute time frame liquidity as your target. You're not going to target that extreme liquidity over here. In 15-second chart you will find some buy side liquidity over here. So you are referring 1 minute time frame, 1 minute fair value gap to 15-second chart to find the best order block. This is two time frame order block. Same time frame order block, what is wrong with the same time frame order block? First of all, the target is always very smaller, very near to your entry. It's always very near, like always means 90% of the time wherever you are going to enter from the same time frame order block, the target is going to be very near to the order block. This is the first problem. The second problem is you have no idea when you should look for the order block, because you are not using the higher time frame, right? Remember, the same time frame order block here, there is no higher time frame, so you have no idea how far this is going to fall, because you are not referring the higher time frame. Higher time frame referring, it means you don't need for the 1 minute 22 YT model fair value gap order block to take the entry. Means you are going to use this 15-minute fair value gap to mark the change in a state of delivery, to push the button. Just the 15-minute time frame you are believing the bullish period. Now let's go for the current price action for giving you the some real life example. Real life example. I'm gonna use the same replay mode. I think it's a very confusing for a lot of you, so I'm gonna make the things clear to you. First of all, I'm gonna use the 15-minute chart. I'm gonna use this and that gap one more time. Now again, I didn't use this, so I'm just going to show this to you. This is the 15-minute last fair value gap, and think like you have some sell side liquidity over here. This is the sell side liquidity. Okay, just randomly I'm just going to mark this sell side liquidity over here. This is the sell side liquidity. You are believing market is going to fall for this sell side liquidity from this gap. So when it came to this first gap, I'm in 1 minute chart. So here I'm in 1 minute chart around this area. This is the 9:30. Already market is inside this gap, so I will have no opportunity to look for any order block over here. All of this area I'm just going to leave it, and I'm coming back to this area again. Around this area over here. Okay, so around this area. This is that same FVG over here. If I find the entry opportunity from that FBG, just for the sake of this conversion, because I'm believing this is holding the market and sending it for this sell side liquidity, wherever the sell side liquidity is, like wherever it is, I don't need to wait for this 15-minute candle to build the order block to take the sell. For example, from the 15-minute chart, if I look for the order block, then this two candle is the consecutive order block here, and then when the body is going to close below this candle, I'm gonna take the sell. For example, let me see if it close here. Okay, here, that is the candle that has closed below this consecutive order block, right? This two candle consecutive order block below the area. So forget about everything else. Think like here, this is the order block, market has closed below this. I'm gonna take the sell here from the same time frame. Forget about 15-minute chart. Stop loss at least above the order block, which is 124 handle. This is the target over here. That is the target. I'm gonna target this sell side liquidity. This is the nearest sell side liquidity for the market, nearest sell side liquidity from the same time frame. Okay, I got entry over here. That is my entry. and I'm gonna hold this trade, and this market is falling, falling, and then go higher. Maybe all of this fall didn't work to me. I have waited for the same time frame order block. Maybe it fall a bit, then I got stopped out or whatever it is. But if I go to 1 minute chart and the same area where I was looking for a sell, depending on that 1 minute or 15-minute candle to be validated as an order block, I returned to 1 minute chart and I started to look for precised entry. So I have found that I don't need to wait for this candle to close below this 50-minute order block. Instead of that, I can simply use this gap over here to find out a more precise entry, so that I can just, when this is going to close below this order block from 15-minute chart, I'm already out of this trade. I don't need to wait for this trade. Same thing over here. If yeah, I would love to look for this 51-minute chart, the same time frame order block. Look over here. So this is the order block. Depending on that 1 minute last fair value gap, just look at this. This is the 1 minute last gap. So market came here to this 1 minute last gap, right? This is the order block. So I was waiting to take my entry, and finally I found my entry. Skip everything else, every single thing, skip that. That is my entry. Stop loss is gonna be above this order block. Where is my liquidity? This low has been cleared over here by a shallow run. That is my nearest liquidity, right? This is my nearest liquidity. So I have to target this sell side liquidity over here. I just can't target this sell side liquidity or any other sell side liquidity over here. Why is that? Because from 15-minute chart, go back again to this 15-minute chart, come back again over here. This is your nearest sell side liquidity. You just can't target all of this sell side liquidity. This is also sell side liquidity, relatively close, right? You can't target this sell side liquidity. You have to look for the nearest sell side liquidity. Same in 1 minute chart. You have thousands of the thousands of the thousands of the sell side liquidity, but you have to look for the nearest sell side liquidity. The change in state of delivery is going to send the market until the nearest sell side liquidity. Wherever the nearest sell side liquidity is, here you are going to target from that order block. Now around here, if you like to target this one, you have to take some partial, right? Where? Oh, below this sell side liquidity over here. Now it's not a clean sell side liquidity, but at least you have to take the partial over here. Then you have to put a stop loss to the break even. If you are lucky, you are going to get this target. If you are not lucky, you are not going to get this target. So if you use the same time frame order block, you have to depend on the smaller target. So you just can't take my entry here and you will target this sell side liquidity around this area. No, you can't do that. You can't do that. You have to take the nearest sell side liquidity as your extreme target, and you have to make sure that you have taken some partial. That's why we are using two time frames, so that I can target much more lower, because from 15-minute chart I am expecting this candle is going to be an bearish order block. Sorry, we're not there. Here some kind of bearish order block, that is gonna be the bearish order block. So the body is going to close below this 15-minute consecutive bearish order block. It is going to close. After closing, it has validated this order block, right? That order block has been validated after this candle close, and now it will trade this candle, then it will start to fall. Already I'm out of this trade. My trade is already done. So I have used like higher time frame as my reference, lower time frame as my execution. There is nothing wrong to go for the same time frame order block. The problem is your target should be very small, very small. You can't target the extreme 1 minute liquidity. You have to look for the nearest liquidity. Come over here for today's price action. Let me close it, and this is today's price action. Okay, over here. So here around this area, if you look for that area, now this is maybe the consecutive order block, right? These two candle, like, sorry, no, this is the order block which is validated by that candle. Now I'm extending it to my right. I would love to take the entry from this order block. If I would love to take the entry from this order block, that should be my target. See this swing high or relatively equal highs, whatever it is, that's gonna be my target. Why? Because I'm not going to believe, I'm just giving you an example, random example. It's not something you should take it or whatever it is. You have to take the entry from this old order block or whatever it is. You are going to take the entry over here, and your target will be around this area. In the meantime, your stop loss is gonna be below this order blocks or order block, whatever you say, and your target will be nearest liquidity around this area, and you have to make sure that you have taken some partial in between this area. Is that possible for you? It's not possible for me. I prefer to take entry here and gonna target this area. Now why I'm gonna target this area? Because 15-minute chart is telling me, okay, I came here to retest, now I'm going for, this is just for the sake of this conversation, not an entry idea or nothing. I'm gonna enter over here, and this market is coming for this buy side, sorry, not that buy side liquidity. It was from this buy side liquidity. So I know that this market is coming for this buy side liquidity over here. I don't need to see it is going to take that buy side liquidity from 1 minute chart. All I need to see, can I enter over here, and can I close the trade below this extreme liquidity, and is it enough for me to be profitable? Maybe here, stop loss is here. Is it enough for me to be profitable? I know the 15-minute chart is sending the market for this buy side liquidity, but I'm not holding the trade for this buy side liquidity. But from the same time frame, I have no idea where the market is going for. I have to close the trade here because I'm using the same time frame order block. The same time frame is going to show me the run toward the liquidity. Every single swing high, swing low, everything is liquidity. So how do you know that how far this market will go if you don't use the higher time frame? So you have to use the higher time frame as your reference, 1 minute time frame as the pushing button. Higher time frame, I called it extreme liquidity, and I called it never ever ever hold your trade for your extreme liquidity. Always try to look for 1 minute liquidity to find your edge, then hold the trade until that edge, then close the trade. Don't hold your trade for the extreme liquidity, because from 15-minute chart, is it going to clear that liquidity or not? I have no idea. But in between that run, I'll be very profitable over here. 1 minute time frame or the same time frame order block is not gonna give you the run you need, but 2 time frame order block is gonna give you the run you need. For example, here from 15-minute chart, if I use this gap, okay, so here I'm predicting this is gonna be the bullish fair gap that's gonna hold the market and sending higher for this buy side liquidity. Just for the sake of this conversation, I'm coming 1 minute chart, I'm looking for the last lowest down close body close candle. When it has validated, I'm gonna take my buy from this candle, putting my stop loss below this order block. I'm gonna target maybe this last fair value gap, just for the sake of this conversion, this last fair value gap. I know this market is coming for this buy side liquidity. I'm gonna close the trade here, or maybe here, or maybe here, or maybe here. I don't care. I'm not targeting the nearest liquidity. The nearest liquidity is here. Why nearest? Because from 15-minute chart, look, this is the nearest liquidity, right? From the 15-minute chart, the nearest liquidity is over here. Maybe here is some other liquidity, buy side liquidity. From 15-minute chart, see this buy side liquidity, or maybe you have some buy side liquidity here. They're too far from the price action. I don't care about them. For me, the nearest liquidity is over here. And when I'm in 1 minute chart, I'm not even looking for this nearest liquidity. Not even that nearest liquidity. What I'm going to do, I'm gonna target 1 minute imbalances, last FBZ, 1 minute relatively equal highs, 1 minute something that's gonna make me profitable. But if I would love to look for the same time frame order block, that means I don't care about anything else over here. What I have seen that market came to this 1 minute last fair gap. I really don't know is there any higher time frame PDR or not. So I'm predicting this was the 22 ITO model. Market has cleared the liquidity, market structure shift. Market came to, after too long, it came here, tapped to this area. I took my entry from the order block, put my stop loss over here. The most recent swing high should be my partial, because I have no idea from higher time frame what the market is going for. No idea for that, because I'm using the same time frame. I'm using the same time frame logic to enter into the market from the some kind of PDRA. So my target is gonna be low hanging fruit. But when I'm looking for higher time frame, my target, my low hanging fruit from the higher time frame is here. That is the low hanging fruit, or even maybe here above this side. This is the low hanging fruit from my higher time frame. I'm just breaking that candle into 15 1 minute candle to enter into this market. Is that clear? Sophia, is that clear? I tried my level best. Just this is a concept. There is nothing wrong to enter into the same time frame order block. There is nothing wrong, but your target has to be much more smaller if you are entering from the same time frame. But if you are referring some higher time frame, you know the reaction. That reaction is more than enough for being profitable from your 1 minute chart. That's more than enough. Where you're still confused here. Why you are confused here? First of all, this is inside the last fair value gap, right? From 15 minutes. First of all, this is the first thing, first ever thing. This is inside the last fair value gap. I am bearish. Yesterday I was bearish, right? Market fall, all of this price action is inside the lunch hour. Finally, it has did the consolidation, cleared the buy side liquidity. How can you get confused over here? Buy side liquidity has been cleared. You can see here this area, market structure shift around this area. Not valid because I don't have any fair value gap over here. So what I have done, market fall, go higher, give me the market structure shift with the FVZ, market structure shift with the FVZ, breakaway gap, entry fair value gap. I'm going to take the buy sell here. Stop loss is above this high, which has cleared the liquidity. Target is this sell side liquidity over here. That was the sell side liquidity around here. Okay. I'm counting the candle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Within 5 candle, I didn't get the entry. This entry is not valid. So it's not valid entry from here, from 1 minute time frame. I still have that sell side liquidity over here. Market didn't clear this sell side liquidity. After long period of time, market came back again to this old 22 IT model referring over here. Until this high is not cleared over here, until this high is not cleared, this is a valid 22 IT model. Or until the liquidity is not cleared, as long as the liquidity is not cleared, this sell is valid. I just can't believe this area when it tapped to this entry gap. Take the sell here, to take the sell here and put the stop loss above this high, because this is the 22 IT model and going to target this sell side liquidity again. I just can't do that over here, right? It takes too long to come here. I always say that immediate reaction is more important than anything else. I don't believe in this shit. I need the confirmation. What type of confirmation? Order block. Market finally came here to this breakaway gap, and of course, when it came after too long, I really don't care about this entry gap. I always care about the last FVG. So this breakaway gap is now turning into the last FVG. But remember, it's not the last FVG, it's the breakaway gap you have seen to this specific area where you are interested to look for sale or anything over here. So finally it came to this breakaway gap and you have found the order block from that 22 IT model. You just didn't take the entry from this gap. You need the confirmation. You have used this candle as a confirmed entry, not an order block entry. It's a confirmed entry. Here this candle doesn't have any value to me, no value to me. It's not the order block I'm gonna like shout best order block best. It's not that type of order block. Here everything is here. This is the origin of the setup. All of this action is the action where I'm gonna refer the order block. I'm just not able to take the entry from these gaps because it takes too long. I need the confirmation. What is the confirmation? Some kind of up close candle that is gonna hold, that is gonna be holded by this LFVZ that is holding the market. I just need the confirmation. It has given me the confirmation. Market came back again. I'm already in a trade. Now is that clear, sister? Or still you have some confusion? Let me know. I have already explained this to you, sister. Like maybe you forget, but I have already explained this to you. If you just remember, you just recall it, okay? And please let me know now, is it clear to you or not? Here, it's not the order block I'm talking about that this is the best order block. Where is the best order block? You already know that. 15-minute fair value gap, lowest down close body close candle, that's gonna be your best order block. You are going to use that 2 time frame order block to take your entry. I'm referring the order block if and only if there is a 22 YT model. If and only if there is a 22 YT model, I'm gonna refer the order block as a confirmation entry. I'm not believing this FVG to take my entry. I need the confirmation. Is it really bearish? How do I know that? Or is it going to be broken by an order block? If I see that order block, I'm gonna believe that order block. Sorry, not believing that order block. I'm gonna believe that same model I missed the entry at the beginning. I'm gonna take that entry right now. Look over here. Right now, the market, whatever happened. Now, it's not a perfect example. Again, for the sake of this conversion, I'm doing this to you. Market has cleared some sort of sell side liquidity. Okay, so think like here. Okay, just cleared that sell side liquidity. Remember, I'm not bullish. It's bearish now because market came to the lower quadrant. I'm going to show you this one more time before going over there, because some of you can think that okay, this guy is talking about bullish, so I should go for the buy. What did I say? If it come here, this lower extreme lower quadrant, I'm bearish. I'm not bullish anymore. I'll not look for any kind of buy. I'll only think about the sell for the sell side liquidity. So I'm already bearish. When it came here, this is the area I'll start to look for selling opportunity. So maybe from this inverse gap, see this inverse gap, that's my sell. If I were trading, I would go for the sell from this inverse gap over here around this area. So maybe around here, that could be the sell. Stop loss is above this high and would target some sort of sell side liquidity if I were trading out, whatever it is. Okay, I'm just not bullish. Just remember that because market came to the lower quadrant, this is the extremely discounted area, so it is bearish now. I'm not bullish anymore, but I'm just going to give this example to my sister Sophia and my brother Sachin so that they can understand what I mean to say. Think like this is a sell side liquidity. Okay, market has cleared that sell side liquidity, and this is your market structure shift around this area. This is your market structure shift. This is your entry fair value gap. By anyhow, you missed that entry. Okay, entry and the breakaway gap. So here, this is the entry gap and this is the breakaway gap. So I can mark this separately. Think like it didn't tap to this entry gap and you didn't take the entry, or you didn't get the opportunity to take entry from this gap. Just think like that way. Then this market went higher. Did it clear this extreme buy side liquidity? No. As well as it has built the 1 minute buy side liquidity. Just look at this. As I told, if you ever lost, go back and see what it has done. The last 1 minute high, what it has done. If you ever get lost, see this high and that high has built relatively beautifully, relatively equal highs over here. And this is so beautiful buy side liquidity. And then this market came. Why did it came? To that specific 22 YT model breaker block. Sorry, 22 YT model over here. It doesn't have any value to me. It come here. Lowest down close body. Now, can I push the button over here? That old 22 YT model. Can I push the button? How do I know that it is going higher? Isn't it going to be broken and market is going to fall for some sort of sell side leader? How do I know that? I have no idea. Simply, I can't think that it is going to fall and sorry, it is going to hold the trade and sending it higher. So I am not interested to push the button from that old 22 IT model. I need the confirmation. What sort of confirmation? Order block. Okay, so finally think like that way. It's not a great example again. I'm just randomly giving it to you. Okay, so I'm waiting for the lowest down close body close candle to be inversed so that I can got the confirmation. This is the confirmation. When it has closed, still I'm bullish. I'm gonna take the buy over there. Stop loss is below the order block. I'm gonna target this buy side liquidity, which is from 1 minute chart, after clearing some sort of uh, partial in between anywhere, okay, by believing this order block is going to hold the market, sending it higher. But here this order block is not important. The important part is this 22 YT model last fair value gap or the breakaway gap. The 22 YT model breakaway gap is the base of this setup. So when this order block referred that area, okay, this area is being referring by that order block of the down close body close candle. It's telling me, brother, I was falling, and suddenly I met with my girlfriend here. She's my girlfriend. I met with her. Now I tried to patch up with her and then go all together. She didn't agree with me, and instead of that, she told me to go away from me. Just change the state of delivery. You are you are giving the delivery to impress me. I'm not going to get impressed. Stop over here, go back where you came from. Just go back over there. Go to your next girlfriend. The last farewell gap to that area. So go to her, try to convince her. Not me. I'm not gonna be convinced by your lies anymore. So this is the change in state of delivery that is gonna send the market to the next girlfriend if you have any, the last FBZ or the buy-side liquidity, whatever it is. So she is holding. She is holding. Okay, that guy, that girl, she is holding and she's saying, I'm gonna protect myself. This sell side liquidity is my love, is my everything. I'm gonna protect it. I'm not gonna give it to you. But if it failed, okay, that means market closed below this area or below this area, that means girlfriend convinced, ah man, I convinced, okay, I'm gonna forgive you, whatever you have done, I'm gonna forgive you, I'm not gonna angry with you, so let's get married. So this is the children, okay, thing like that. This is the children, so both of them are gonna help each other. This is going to help to these candles to fall until their desire or until their destination over here. If she refuse, which I'm expecting that is gonna refuse, then it is gonna tell this candle, get out from me. I'm not gonna get convinced by you. Send, go away. Just go away from me. I don't care about you anymore. Something like that. Okay, something like that. I just don't know how can I make this so simple. I just try to give you some example that feels like it's a reality. Okay, so just just like that. Okay, just like that, because it takes too long to come back here, too long. So maybe she was here with some other girlfriend, okay, something like over there, and then when she thought that, oh, no, she was better, so I would love to go with her, then he come back. But it depends on her. Do you want to accept me? Price is asking me, do you want to accept me? If you accept me, let's go all together for this food. Then it's hard decision, because it takes too long. Nobody knows what is he is going she is going to take the decision. What is the decision she is going to take? Nobody knows that. What decision she is going to take? And a very specific gap. Last FVZ. Okay, last FVZ. Z for girlfriend. Okay, DF, girlfriend. So if you like write it down like FVZ and just reversed it like this way. GFV, girlfriend value. This is the depending his girlfriend value. Z for girl, F for friend, V for value. So the girlfriend value matters here. The last FVZ, the last opinion of your girlfriend, the value of his opinion, of her opinion. So what she's going to do, she's gonna confirm, she is going to take the decision. If she takes the decision to patch up with him, then they're both going to fall. Both going to fall for the children, okay, for their food, for their everything. But if she refuse, then she's gonna tell that I'm gonna refuse you. And this down close candle, right? This is falling, 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 falling. And suddenly she is being the opponent. No more fall. I'm not gonna let you go through me. I'm not going to let you go through me. Go back. Change your state of delivery. Your sell state of delivery. Go, man. I'm not gonna accept you anymore. I'm gonna let you go higher. Just change in state of daily. Remember, I'm not looking for the buy, I'm bearish. Okay, I'm just giving an example over here. I believe that this market will fall and take the sell side liquidity. I'm just giving the example to my sister and Shachin, just so that they can understand what is the same time frame change in state of delivery. This candle doesn't have any value, but if you look for the 15-minute chart, for example, like over here, just this is the same area. Okay, just think like that way. This is the 15-minute bullish fair value gap. Just think like that way. This is the 15-minute bullish fair value gap. So 15-minute bullish fair value gap is not your girlfriend. Okay, she is not your girlfriend, she is your parents. Something like they are your parents. These 15-minute gaps are your parents. And think like this is you, who are children. So they just don't know what is going to happen. 1 minute candles, 1 minute candles, 15-minute PDRS, hourly PDRS, daily PDRS. That PDRS means not candles. PDRS means FVG, OB, uh, BB, breaker block, mitigation block, lot of these things. PDRS and candles. They are the children. 1 minute candles. So from 15-minute chart, I have the parents. You have the parents. The parents are standing over there. Okay, they know there is some danger over here around this area. Depending, because these parents knows better than anyone their children. Now they knows that they're hungry, so hungry, and the food is over here. The 15-minute time frame, or the parents are telling that stop playing, let's go for the food. First take the food, then come back again. Then I'll let you go toward that beautiful sweets over there. Go for that sweets later, but first take your lunch. Your lunch is over there. So the 15-minute time frame is gonna be your parents. No children is able to go against their parents. Okay, the children means like maybe 4 years, 5 years old. They're not able to go against their parents because their parents knows better than them. What should they do? They know, these parents knows better than them. So always this 1 2 time frame OB is much more confident. Okay, kind of stronger, very strong, comparing with 1 minute same time frame, because here lot of emotions, right? Here girlfriend boyfriend, they have a lot of emotions. They don't think about the reality. They are emotional. They are like, this is the boyfriend cheated with her girlfriend, so she will take her decision depending on her emotion. If she feels like, okay, I love her more than my life, then she will say, okay, let's go. If she doesn't, like vice versa. Okay, like if you say like, this is the girlfriend, this is the boyfriend, it's the vice versa. I'm a boy, so I'm giving it as an example of a girlfriend. So however, it's not kind of discrimination, by the way, guys. So if she decide, I'm not gonna accept him anymore. Okay, I'm not gonna accept him. She's gonna let him go. It's all depends on her mind. It's kind of emotional decision. 1 minute time frame is the emotional decision, because they, both of them are children. This is also children. This is also children. Like the all the babies are like childrens are always the childrens to their parents, even if they are like 50 years old and their parents are 70 years old. Still they are the children, right? So here they, both of them, like these candles and the PDRS, are the same time frame. That means they are the same aged. They took their decision depending on their emotion. They don't know exactly what is good for them. But if you look for this higher time frame, which is the parents, they know, they have seen a lot. They have seen a lot, right? The reality, they know the reality. The children doesn't know, but they knows the reality. They don't take the decision for the children emotionally. They don't take it. They just be very careful to take the decision. That's why we always use the higher time frame to frame our trade, because we are not emotional. We are not taking any emotional decision. We are taking very precise decision. However, guys, I'm so sorry for that explanation. I just don't know if you guys really got something from here or not, but I tried my level best. You don't look at these candles and the PDRs. Think practically. What is practical? Try to connect this with your practical life. That will help you, man. I'm gonna done, okay? I'm just done. This is really bad price action, to be honest. Such a lovely girlfriend. The order block is changing the locks lol. Detail can be the perfect okay, Trump speak at 2. I didn't know that, Vin. Lol, this made it fun. hmm But still, I tried to make sure that you guys got the point. Is it that is the most important part, okay? Do you get it or not? Is there any specific rules for the MSS also? Like we can't look for the order block at CE. What kind of rules? This last question. I'm so sorry, Sachin. I can't go through this. I have to go outside. There's beautiful sun. I was waiting for the sun. I have to go outside. I'm so sorry. Okay, I have to go. I will. I'll talk about that later, brother. Just remind me later and ask me. Then I'll go for that. Just not now. Okay. I'm so sorry, brother. If I start, I will spend another 1 hour because when I start to talk about the price action, I forget everything else, and then I just keep talking, and keep talking. I know some of you really don't like it, but I'm so sorry for that. I'm so much passionate with the chart. Okay, so if I start to talk about the price, I'll never stop, and that is really so bad. It's good, brother. I will listen to it again later. Thank you. You're most welcome, Sujivan. Thank you. No problem, Dora. Jamie, now I'm going to look my 15-minute farewell gap as a parent. You have to do that, Jamie. Oh man, I think 15-minute time frame is your children. I was just kidding, man. Are you long? I'm not in long. I know that it's gonna make some kind of confusion here. I already told that I'm not interested to look for any kind of long. But however, it is the lunch hour, so of course no trade for me at all. Yeah, please tomorrow, Sachin. Please, brother. I hope you'll understand, brother. No problem, Sophia. Sophia, is that 100% clear, sister? Because I don't think so. I should go with this order block same time frame and different time frame again and again. I really don't wanna go for that. I messaged you on Discord. Okay, give me some message as well to my Discord, Dora. Have a good rest of your day, brother. See you tomorrow. Very bad price action, but still we'll be able to be profitable from February. Suzy one. Are you green or red, brother? Please let me know that. Don't forget to send some beautiful photos of. I will do that. I will do that. You may want to copy this section of the live stream and create a separate video with this information. I will never be able to do that because something like I'm very lazy first of all, and secondly, like I just don't know how to do all of this stuff or these things. So I really don't know I'll be able to do that or not. Love to see if I would go for this fortitude. That's good trade. However, look at this dealing range, all of these things, guys. I can't just focus everything all the time in live for few reasons. First reason is like talking in front of a lot of people is very embarrassing at the beginning. So you always about think about, are you framing a losing trade or are you framing a winning trade? So you have to think about that always. Okay, you just can't ignore that. That is the first reason. The second reason is you are doing everything and you are also how to say, I mean, you are also managing some negativity from the comment. Okay, so I see a lot of negative comment, a lot of things, something like that. It triggered the ego, it triggered the like emotion, as I'm a human being, I'm not a robot, of course. So sometimes I feel like I'm interested to talk about a buy right now. What happened actually, I'm just gonna be very fair over here. Sometimes maybe I'm talking about a buy, I was looking for a sell, and suddenly I need to switch my bias to go for the buy. At the same time, I'm seeing that some of you are commenting like it was a bullish market, I told you at the beginning or something like that. I feel like okay, then I'll let this all the buy go and then I'll wait for the selling opportunity again, and then I messed up with all the price action. Okay, this happened. I'm a human being, please try to understand, I'm a human being. And the last but not least, now Sophia told me I can't use the until, I have to use the as long as. So I always keep an eye on my language when I'm going to use that word until, as long as, or something like that. This all distraction stop me to talk about like lot of time. I forgot about to talk about the PD arrays, like premium and discount arrays. Okay, so not the FBZ or something like that, like the range, no, the leg, upper quadrant, the extremely discounted, extremely premium. Yeah, I can look at them by my own eyes, but I forgot to mention them. So the things I'm showing you, try to align them with one after another. I think I will have to make some videos. I have to go with that members on, I mean, mentorship videos on YouTube. Of course free, no paid or something like that. Everything is free. I posted some video, then I stopped because I was too lazy and I was not getting that much reaction. So I stopped. But I think I have to do that so that you guys can understand what you should look for, like what you should look for after this, what after that, what after that, what after that, when I should look for the premium discount, when I should look for the FBZ, when I should look for the liquidity, when I should not wait to look for the liquidity to be taken before entering into the market, when I should wait to take the liquidity before entering into the market, when I should look for the origin setup high, origin setup low. I think I have to make them in a alignment so that you guys can understand step by step. I have to do this, otherwise it's gonna be all messed up. All of this information you are not able to use all of them, but you have to use all of them all together. That's the main problem, because I'm watching this market, I'm aligning them all together. Not only the premium and discount, the leg, range leg, okay, the high, low, not only that, but also every other thing, liquidity, FVZ, PDRS, everything, last FVZ, like midnight open, all the other things. I'm just looking all of them all together. But maybe some of you are struggling with that. I, I just don't know. Okay, I can't feel it, but I'm thinking like that way. Maybe you are struggling with that. So yeah, I will try to do that. I'll try to do that. I'll try to do that. I'm getting in one account, one, no other trades today. Please, brother, that's gonna be best, brother. Don't trade over here. This would be very much helpful for. I think so, Sachin. But I'm too lazy, man. Are you married, my brother? If you don't, if don't, you need to get married. Why is that, GX, a storyteller? Why did you say that? Why do you think that I should get married? That is the last question to you, brother. And after that, I'll close the stream. Thank you guys for being over here. I'm just waiting for a storyteller to give me the reply and I'll close it. Okay, I got 96 likes. If you guys can push 4 more likes, I'll get 100 likes. That's the best thing I can get from you guys. Just 2 days are bad. That's why I don't think that this is bad. We are going to break this market again. 2 days, last 2 days, yesterday and today is really bad. Yeah, I'll look for that. I'll look for that. I'm gonna see when what I should change. However, just waiting for your reply, brother. Why we think that I should get married? Because my mother is gonna make me crazy. Every single time she is calling me, she's asking to get married. Now every time, it's gonna be unbearable for me right now. I just don't know why. Quando vais Feza lives in Portuguese, amigo. Brother, my Portuguese is not that good. So to be honest, I started to learn that. I spent so much money to learn that language, but unfortunately, I give up. It's too difficult. And our ma'am was Portuguese. She was not even talking a single word in English. Everything is in Portuguese. I was not understanding anything, and I'll leave that. I don't think so. He's still here, but yeah. Thank you so much, guys, for being over here. See you tomorrow, and please wait until February second week to get the beautiful price action again. Until that second week of February. Cheers, guys. See you tomorrow.